And it sits there and spins for a minute. And then it says we are live.
Hello.
It's another Thursday
Whoa.
night scoop.
It is.
Hello, everybody. There's nobody here. It
Well,
shows
in
zero.
that case, hello, everybody.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello to nobody. Hello.
Uh,
Ah, what a mess.
Hello.
To nobody. Oh, all of a sudden it popped up to 4. That's weird.
Well,
huh.
suddenly, yeah.
Zero, all of a sudden 4. Okay, well, hello, you 4 people out there.
Yeah, they
I-
like the new stuff you put on there.
Yes. And
Hey, I
yeah,
just got a YouTube notice that Doc Docus is live. Wow, I gotta watch
nice.
this.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Wonder if it's an interesting show tonight. Might be.
You gotta get these notices like 2 days later.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's
Oh.
important.
Two of those 4 people left. But anyway, yeah, it's a sad day today. We lost Tina Turner.
Mm-hmm.
She's got legs. Yes.
Well,
Penny
we
Lane.
lost her yesterday, actually. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Hey,
Oh, I
Penny.
found
it's,
I found out this morning. How
yeah,
are you
no,
working?
we lost her yesterday. I knew yesterday, like fairly early, that she passed.
Oh,
I
wow.
think my phone blipped to like 3 o'clock in the morning. But boop, this means something going on, and
Yeah,
Tina Turner died. Okay, sorry
yeah.
to hear that.
Well, this is
But
why
you
I'm
know,
not getting. I need
Mhm.
one of those news teletype machines, though.
Yeah.
If I'm getting all these late, I only find out this morning.
Hmm.
But like it was like, oh, geez, like when you hear of somebody that, hey, you kind of enjoyed them, like, oh,
Yeah.
God, Turner, oh. But here's the goofy thing. They put it at the end of a segment where they're going to go right into a commercial.
Hmm.
mhm.
So like, okay, Tina Turner has died, and here's some of the songs that she had done and all this kind of stuff, and they fade out to black, go to commercial. The next commercial that shows up, or the first one that shows up, is for Kroger supermarkets.
Hmm.
Okay, did anybody know who Kroger supermarkets are?
I've
Yeah,
heard of
they're
them.
big in Ohio.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. Well, anyway,
Kimbo would know about Kroger.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
it's a
They probably
Kroger
shop
ad.
for.
It's a Kroger ad, and they're touting their uh, house products. Like
Mhm.
Kroger cereal and
Yeah,
Kroger,
salad dressing and whatever. Yeah.
yeah, Kroger peanut butter, whatever. The thing is, the soundtrack to the
Is
commercial
is
is
the Tina Turner.
Turner doing simply the best. I'm going like,
Simply
wow.
the best. Wow. Well,
Wow.
she lives on. Hi,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kristen.
Yeah, I don't know how old she was, but she was pretty old. She
83.
had to be
83.
heading towards 90.
Yeah. Hey,
How
that's
much? How old?
83.
Oh, and she
I thought
Kimba's
she
just
was
come
Yeah,
older.
from
just came from
She made her
Kroger.
first.
Hey,
she just
Kimba.
come from
Yeah.
Kroger. Yes.
She
But
made
it
her
was so
first record in '59. I mean,
Wasn't she a background singer
it goes
first?
back to the '50s.
well, she might have been background to Ike, but
Yeah,
Ike
yeah. And then got her
probably.
for yeah, that's what I thought because Ike was part of the band and she became the
I'm
singer.
wearing
And
my PJ top again.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
wearing his
I mean,
PJ
she did
top.
her first lead vocal in '59. She was
Okay.
probably singing backup on records before that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that. Hmm.
But it was so weird to have the announcement of Tina Turner's demise, and then the next commercial was featuring Tina Turner.
Yeah, that's
It
kind of weird.
was like,
Hmm.
what? Like that's like a coincidence. It's got to be a coincidence, right?
Hmm.
So
Well, yeah, everything happens in threes.
Yeah.
Who else is gonna die? You know.
yeah, we lost Jim Brown.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Now Tina Turner.
That's two, so one more. Hmm.
Unless there's one that I've forgotten, or
Hmm. Yeah,
like get some kind of celebrity that's kind of
yeah.
that didn't get a whole lot of. I should have went to Wikipedia and looked to see if there was a third one.
A death, yeah.
Like, maybe the guy who invented the Barbie doll or something. Who knows?
No, I mean, both of them were in their 80s, so they all both live pretty full lives. Yeah.
But she had great legs, though.
She did, even up to the end. She had great legs even then.
Ah, I know. Croker's is where frogs shop.
It is.
Oh, here we go. Andy Rourke from the Smiths died last Friday.
Okay.
Oh,
So is that 3? Is he famous enough to go with Tina Turner and the other guy, Jim Brown, or whatever his name is?
I don't know, but isn't it like a day or two? It's got to be to make it.
I don't know.
So
We
like
are talking about death.
Yeah, here we are talking about this.
Well, he died.
It's a madhouse! A madhouse!
I like the way the girl kind of hops away.
Yeah. Yeah.
I took care of him.
Yeah. This is true.
But hey, guess what?
What?
I basically got a free car wash today.
Oh, really? So, what did you run into a car wash, or how hard did you to get one?
You know those car washes that you put your money in, those things. So I decided to give mine a few coins, and I usually put the smaller coins in first, so the thing doesn't start right away.
Mm-hmm.
So I put in a quarter. The thing started up. I'm going, wow. Well, I'm going to see how far I can get with it. I finished the whole car on a quarter.
Really? Mm-hmm. Somebody messed up, put their money in.
Messed up. I don't know how it happened.
Yeah.
Okay, we got bargoons for $1.
Right. Oh, okay.
Cagney and Lacey assist this time life.
Oh, the early SNL. That's good stuff. The 70s are the greatest.
These glasses are good for you.
Yeah.
Cagney and Lacey and a 6-disc Time Life set of early SNL. Time Life. That's the good
Sounds
stuff.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people get a free car wash every time it rains.
Yeah.
And she used a coupon too.
Yeah.
So I get one every day because it rains here about every day. So.
Oh, I had goose droppings on the side of mine, just go right down the passenger side. Oh, looks ugly. But I put 1 quarter in and I got a whole car wash out of it. Wow. Enough time to even put some little wax on it. So, nice.
Whoa.
Look, Greg Man's out there.
It's Greg Man.
Hey. Yes. Plus, there's another thing that happened to me today.
What happened today?
Another case of I get no respect.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, another one of those. Going into my local convenience store.
Uh-oh.
And there was a young couple ahead of me. I don't know, they must have been in their middle 20s, roughly, I'm guessing. Guy goes in first. Girl goes in after him. I'm just stepping up. She lets the door slam. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
And she even turned and looked at me like, oh, there's another guy coming. Let it slam. What? So when I was leaving the store, there was a guy stepping up. I held the door for him. You can come in, no problem. Stinking girl. Like,
see, you're better than her then. That's good.
Of course. And I'm stupid girl. Like, I'm not holding the door, even though he's 1 step away from the door.
Yeah.
We'll let it slam. Whatever.
Yeah, that's all kinds of weird stuff happens at Walmart because I was out there this morning and the school's out. So it's been crawling with little kids.
Ew.
So they're getting stuff out of your buggy and, put that away. I want to buy that,
Ooh, what does this mean? Kim says Tom has a radio show now.
Okay.
What does that mean? Tom Jones? I tune in.
Tom.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe that wasn't meant for me. I don't know.
Okay, Tom.
Tom has a radio show. I guess.
Okay.
Oops. Ah.
No, yeah.
So, so yeah, it's freak out. Oh, the scam. It's a good thing I write these down. The other thing that happened to me today.
What happened today?
Oh, Thomas Vinyl Shack.
Oh, okay.
Oh, how nice.
He's got a Radio Shack. Okay. Oh, show. Okay.
And Jerry? Who's Jerry?
Oh, does
Jerry
he? Okay.
Not Jerry Marsden. He's dead.
Yeah, he can have a Tom and Jerry radio show.
Oh, whatever.
That'd be nice.
Okay. Another thing that happened to me today.
Okay, go ahead.
I get an email from a friend, it says, hey, can you do me a favor? I'm out of town and I forgot it was my niece's birthday.
Oops.
So can you go to the store and get her an Apple gift card?
Mm.
And I went like, yeah, what denomination Apple gift card do you want? And he says, comes back and, $500.
Yeah.
And could you please also scratch off the PIN number and hold it up to a camera and take some snapshots and send it? I says, what? And he says, oh yeah, no problem. All you have to do is go to your local Walgreens. Red flag, red flag.
Mm-hmm.
We have no Walgreens around here.
Yep. It was before.
Wah, wah.
Come on,
I do that kind of thing all the time, yeah.
So you didn't get the card then. I see.
Yeah, I know. $500.
Yeah.
Who gives their niece $500 in Apple gift cards? Like,
Wow.
Well, a rich person, but
Yeah.
who asked somebody else to buy it?
Yeah, that's
Oh, that's quite the favor. Go buy $500 in Apple gift cards, and then scratch it up and take pictures of it and send it to me.
Now, what is an Apple? Is it a restaurant? Is it a store?
Well, I thought it was Apple, as in probably.
Games?
Probably.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure. Like an Apple gift card either has to do with music or with games or something. But get an Apple gift card. Just run off to the Walgreens. Hey, there's no Walgreens in Canada. So I know. So I put in the email. I says, "Yeah, right, scammer. You're full."
Yeah.
He didn't write me back. So
yeah, the other day I got a call from Jamaica. I didn't answer it, so
it shows up on your phone, Jamaica.
Yeah, I don't know anybody from Jamaica, so I didn't answer
I don't think so. No, you don't know anybody.
Hey, hello.
You don't know anybody. I know. Anytime the phone goes beep beep beep, and you look over and it's got some like weird place.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I'm Uncle Leroy. I'm stuck in Jamaica. Can you wire me $1,000? I'll pay you back. I promise.
Wait a minute. This isn't working.
Okay.
But I tried to put the link in and ended up going back to the "It's a Madhouse" thing.
Oh, okay.
I have to redo the link.
That's okay.
Give me a second. There it is. Okay. Greg Man says, I get calls from all over the county. And poor Fit to be Tied-Eyed, he gets calls from Mars.
Actually.
Hello, it did get dominated. And you don't know who I am. Come on. Jeez. You are from Mars. And they're trying, because I guess the name comes up on a screen someplace.
Yeah.
And they're trying to read it, and they're going, no, you don't know who I am.
Yeah, because I'll get a call and it waits like 5 seconds. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boop. Yes, and I'm gone by then.
Said his name was Marvin.
Marvin, yeah. That's the big things in his head. Yeah.
Oh, goody. Yeah.
So have you listened to any of your new CDs yet?
Some. Wasn't this one?
Okay, wasn't that one?
No.
Yeah.
This one's got the short abacab on it. Boo.
Yeah, this is the one I got for $1 today.
I
This
know.
is the only thing Slim picked
I'm
up this week.
jealous. I'm
Mhm.
jealous.
Because mine has a digipack. I don't have. I have one with the jewel case. Because the jewel case came out in the '90s, and the digipack came out in. It says 2017. So this is a reissue. Digipack, whatever. So.
But I paid a whopping $5 for this.
Mm-hmm.
That isn't fair.
Yeah.
Jeez. But I'm going to America tomorrow.
Oh, really? So you're going to get goodies from, and a puffy taco too.
Mm-hmm. but what I'm looking forward to is the shirt.
Yes.
That has ski lodge on it.
And the mug.
I want to be the first on my block to have one.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Oh, see, Tim's jealous already. Yes.
Yeah.
The first on my block with a ski lodge T-shirt.
Yeah. See, if my mailman delivers the packages first, so if I get something, it comes like about 9, and it's right out there. Knock, here's a package. So
see the videos giving up ski lodge for a game channel.
I don't think so.
I can't even say Vichyssoise. Anyway, well, $5 is not bad either. But when you see somebody get one for $1, then not very happy.
Well, you know.
I know. Oh, the cricket says I've got a nice shirt. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 2.
Oh.
This one makes me look like I work in a hospital. So, anyway. Jack Tripper once made that soup in Three's Company.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, didn't he make Vichyssoise and made it hot? Because Vichyssoise is supposed to be cold.
I think it's supposed to be cold.
Vichyssoise, I believe. And he heated it up. Yeah.
Yeah, serve cold. Like, don't heat it up.
Fish soup or something like that. That's all I know about it. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not up in my Three's Company, really.
Me neither.
You know, like after I got into reruns, I would see it sporadically. But
well, after Suzanne Summers left, I just kind of went, you know.
Oh, the Jenna Lee Harrison.
Yeah.
Oy vey!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she was awful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so I got a caller ID said Yellowstone National Park. So I answered.
Really?
Somebody who could hardly speak English.
Yeah?
The problem with my credit card. Oh, yes. And they needed your bank info. Of course.
You know there's a bank in your park? In the park? It's a park bank. It's a bank park. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They always operate out of a national park.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Schnee!
Hey, what's up, Steve?
Hey, gentlemen.
Hello there.
Hi,
Hey,
Tim.
you know
Hey,
what,
what's
Mr.
up, Steven?
Schnee? I went to the record store today, and I looked for the artist Stevie Moore.
Oh, you're not going to find it.
You're right. There wasn't even a card for it.
No, you're not gonna.
So I tried.
Yeah, you tried.
But you know, like after I watched your thing on him, all of a sudden YouTube had a whole thing down the right hand side, like a bunch of other stuff I had watched.
Yeah.
So I watched the documentary.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting guy.
So I guess he's still in Nashville, is he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, Greg
Yeah,
says,
me
no,
too.
after Summers, nah.
Jellystone. Yeah.
What nose job? I don't remember any nose job. Well,
I don't
no,
know.
it was.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought Suzanne Summers was all that. I mean, she was funny. She was way better than the woman that replaced her.
Yeah.
But I thought the woman that replaced her was at least as attractive as she was, if not more so.
Mhm.
But she
Right.
wasn't as funny.
Mhm.
Well, generally
I thought
Harris
Joyce
was
I thought
dumb.
Joyce was more attractive.
Me
Yeah.
too. Me too.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What, she had stupid ponytails, like one out the side here and one like what
Yeah.
the heck is that?
Backwards.
Just like the WKRP, I thought the other girl was more attractive than Lonnie Anderson.
Yeah. Mhm.
Mm, no, I think I
Oh yeah, definitely.
towards Lonnie. Wait, we have a big question here. Hey,
Question.
Steven! Do you know of any plans to reissue any more Donnie Iris albums?
As far as I know, no plans. I mean, the 4 that were on MCA came out on Rock Candy.
Mhm.
I mean, it was so funny because I was just flipping through, or I was going through some of my boxes in the thing, and I was looking at all the Donnie Iris because I have them all on CD. But I don't think they're going to reissue anything else. The one album that came out on CBS Associated after the MCA albums was No Muss No Fuss, and they actually put that out themselves about 20 years ago. And I do have that CD, and that one should be relatively easy to find. I mean, it might be pricey, but to my knowledge, none of the other albums are going to be coming. But I'm, you know, probably like you are. I'm just really, really happy that they actually came out at all, because I'd been waiting on, you know, the first 2 had come out originally, but the 3rd and 4th MCA albums took forever to come out on CD. But I'm glad they're out.
So what's out there is what you'll find and what you'll get. So
Yeah, and there's I asked the guy at Rock Candy, and I also asked Mark Abzeg, the keyboard player of Donnie Iris. He had put out 2 albums the same time that Donnie Iris and the Cruisers put out the No Muss No Fuss. Around the same time, he put out 2 albums under the band name Cellarful of Noise.
I know. All of a sudden,
And I asked if those are ever going to come out on CD, and you know, they've been talking about them, but I don't think they're ever going to come out. But if anyone's a Donnie Iris fan, there's 2 Cellarful of Noise albums. The first one, I think, is self-titled, and that doesn't have Donnie on it, but Donnie sings on 3 songs on the second Cellarful of Noise album. Oh, Tim.
we lost our Tim.
Come back, Tim, if you
Come
can.
back.
Oh, are they?
But
Yeah.
Iris albums are really hard to find in Canada.
Oh, wow, that's sad.
I do have a hits one, but
Yeah, like that Millennium Hits or whatever.
yeah, shouldn't take long to find it. At least
I have seen a couple of compilations out there of his work.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a couple other CDs.
One of those 20th
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I saw that
Yeah.
one. Mhm.
Yeah, that is a great set because it does have all the songs that got played on the radio. But if you're a fan, you'll know. Hey, Tim.
Hey, welcome back, Tim.
Well, let's see if 3rd time's a charm or 3 strikes I'm out. One or the other.
Okay.
Yeah, the rapper's on here. The rapper's on here.
Yeah, there's a live version of the rapper on there, and it was with the Jaggers.
Yep, it's on there.
On that is a live version that was like on a promo only EP.
Oh, look, there's the Iris was the Jagger who did the rapper.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Jaggers with I think with a Z at the end. Jaggers.
Yeah.
He's got it.
Yes. Plural.
got
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah.
Where do you see this shirt I'll pick up tomorrow? It's black, and it kind of looks like that one behind Mr. Schnee there.
Yeah.
Yes, I get my ski lodge shirt tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, Paul, because it's interesting that you even know that album, because a lot of those indie things just didn't get any buzz. But yeah, Pole Town's a great record. Yeah, I've got them all, but that obviously here in America it was easier to find them when they first came out.
Yeah. We knew. It's okay.
Okay.
Not a problem. Oh, Josie and the Pussycats, and you survived? Ooh.
Yeah.
Pole Town has one of my favorite Don Ara songs called "How You Gonna Mend It."
Done by Josie and the Pussycats.
No,
It
was funny. I was watching Canadian Stud Muffins live stream a little earlier, before you came on.
Mhm.
And on the live stream, someone said like Doc Dacus is the best or is the greatest Canadian or something like that, right? And Larry clicked on it and then clicked on the next one, didn't even respond to it.
I know. Me and Larry Graves are not in the best of.
Oh, really?
No,
Oh, I didn't know that.
No. So, oh well,
Well, you seem to piss everybody off, Doc.
Yeah, Doc. What's going
Yeah,
on?
well, yeah, I was fired. So.
Mhm.
I know. So I don't know. I have no hard feelings, but
Yeah.
well, no, wait a minute. The best Canadian is John Anderson.
Canadian?
Yeah, Paul, that Pole Town is a great album.
Well,
Now I know
this is why I got fired.
Yeah.
Now I know you're looking for Don Ira stuff. So if I find Donnie Ira CDs out in the wild, I'll pick them up.
Ooh.
Okay.
I mean, I don't normally see them, but I don't normally look since I have them all. But now that I know that somebody's looking for them, I'll look.
Well, you've probably got better record stores than we've got,
Yeah.
So like, if I can't even, like no R. Stevie Moore,
But it's just a matter of will I? I mean, I very rarely go out. I have to get out of the house to actually go record shopping. Going to that show last Friday night was itself a chore for me. Even though I got to meet our Stevie Moore and all that
and
stuff.
more.
Yeah.
To hang out with those type of people, people that you're like, oh, I know this. Look, it's Weird Al. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, it was so weird. Just walking down, I had 2 steps to go, and he just whizzed by, and then Peter Buck just 7 to 10 feet away, just walking past. Nobody talking to him. He just casually walked out, and I'm going. That's fucking Peter Buck.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's more exciting than being stuck in an elevator with Mark Lewison with bananas in his pockets.
Yeah.
That was one of my biggest takeaways from that thing.
And then Tom Kenny, who created SpongeBob and is the voice of SpongeBob. He sang on 2 songs of that show. He was there.
I don't understand why he was there though.
Oh, because he's a big music guy. He's into music. So
I just never thought of him as a music guy. Just like he's just a voice artist.
Well, he's a creator and he's a millionaire.
Yeah.
And he has a mansion and a yacht.
It's funny. I was talking to somebody. I said, "Well, how did Weird Al get involved in this?" And they said, "Oh, Darian, who is a friend of mine, as well as a friend of a lot of other people." They said, "Oh, yeah, Darian's a friend of Weird Al." I go, "Oh, I had no idea."
There's the connection.
Yeah. So
Weird Al knows everybody.
Yeah.
He was at the George Harrison tribute concert. I mean,
I thought he did a great job.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, who did he know to get in that?
Yeah. He must have gone to the family, and kept on asking, like, "Hey, can I do this song? Can I do that song?" And they said no. And they probably got to know him because they kept telling him no, and they felt bad. Okay, come and sing "What Is Life." I thought he did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did a really good job.
I got to meet Beetle Brad.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He's got
a autograph. Yeah.
Yeah. So just wait. On Sunday, I'll have my deluxe shirt on.
So
Jeff
Stephen,
yes.
I've watched a couple of videos from the Nugget show, and it's just so great to see Jim Laspiza playing for like Susanna Hoffs.
Yeah.
I was just like, I had a huge smile on my face. I'm like, good for him. Being up there with those people. I'm like, good for him.
Yeah. Like there was if you see, a certain angle of the Weird Al one, on if you're there's a couple people like on the right of Weird Al, one of the first couple rows, and you see Weird Al. My friend Michael Simmons is playing guitar. He's the guy with the Jerry Garcia type beard.
Mm-hmm.
And then Susanna Hoffs, and then my brother's girlfriend Teresa is further away singing backup.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
I
amazing.
think I picked her out too. I know who she is, but just I worked with her. You know this, but I worked at a record store with Jim Lespiza, in the mid '80s, and to see him up there, it's just like so cool.
Absolutely.
I knew him, man. I saw him every day.
Yeah, and
you didn't run into Neil Sedaka, which was a good thing.
I wish I ran into Neil Sedaka. I would have been.
You had to bring boxing gloves.
No, I should have brought my brother so he could hit my brother.
Ooh. You didn't right to hit my brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever. Ah, geez.
But yeah, it was probably one of the best shows I've ever been to, just for the feeling alone. I mean, the second half of the show wasn't as great as the first half, but to see like guys from the Chocolate Watch Band and the Leaves and all these other bands, I mean, they're well into their 70s or whatever, but still, it's part of our lives. You know what I mean? The soundtrack of our lives. You may not be into, like, I'm not particularly into psychedelic or garage if it doesn't have a tune, but there's no design or no denying things like Pushing Too Hard and all those kind of songs. It's just mind blowing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the great thing about the Nuggets comp is Lenny Kaye didn't just pick, hard rock and garage tunes. He put Lies by the Knickerbockers on there, and he put Sit Down, I Think I Love You, and Sagittarius. And, there's a good mix of music on that comp.
Yeah. Evie Sands did a great version of My World Fell Down, the Sagittarius song.
Mm-hmm.
And and it was so great to hear. It's so great to hear Peter Case, the Plimsouls, the voice of the Plimsouls, singing Lies by the Knickerbockers. And because it's that voice, you know what I mean? It's that voice that I've heard millions of times on those Plimsouls records. I haven't followed.
I heard that voice before. Yes.
I'm not a. Well, I'm not going to say I'm not a fan of, but I haven't followed his solo career. But those Plimsouls records were amazing. So it's really absolutely incredible to hear him up there singing that song. He doesn't look like he did. Now he's got long hair and a beard, and he's. But yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Does this mean anything, Stephen?
Let's talk about let's talk about Chocolate Watch Band as a band, and they did that song there. But yeah, it's
at some point the Undertones covered that. I can't remember if it's a BBC recording or if they actually went to the studio. I can't remember.
No,
but
it's a
I have
studio
good version of it by the Undertones.
It's a studio B-side. It was the B-side of "You've Got My Number, Why Don't You Use It?"
Okay.
Yeah,
I get them mixed up between like the greatest hits and the BBC because I listen to them both quite often.
They probably did it at the BBC, but it was actually a B-side of a single. Is that nerdy to know that kind of stuff?
No. That's important.
I usually know it. I don't know that one.
But no, I've got. If I could only get my button gear, I mean, I've got so many CD junkies to do. I've got Graham Parker, 10cc, the Ruddles.
Oh, that'd be a good one. Yeah.
Toady Fields?
What was that?
Toady Fields?
Yeah, Toady Fields. I'm going to do Toady Fields, Shecky Green, and Shelley Berman in the same one.
There you go. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that'll be great.
We're looking forward to that one. Yeah.
Chris Isaac.
I heard a couple weeks ago that Graham Parker just signed with, was it Gem?
Big Stir. No, Big Stir Records.
Well, Big Stir? I couldn't remember if it was Big Stir or Gem. I knew it was one of the two. Cool.
Crazy.
Very cool.
Crazy. Yeah. Good for them. I mean, I don't know, are they going to put out reissues, or whatever. Because I know that he has a label, or a label puts like they put out Squeezing Out Sparks and the Up Escalator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is after Arista redid it, and I think like Razor and Tie may have reissued them or whatever. But they've been out of print for a few. Yeah, they've been out of print for a few years, and there's a label, and it's distributed through his website that they claim that they're remasters, and they have like a couple different bonus tracks than what's come out. Those are out on like an independent label, so I'm wondering if they're actually going to like reissue those, or if they're going to be putting out a new album.
Probably if he has the rights. I'm assuming he does. If he's reissued them himself, he probably has the rights.
Right.
I mean,
see,
why wouldn't he? He would make money,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are going like, "Oh, yeah, well, Graham Parker, there's Elvis Costello, Graham Parker, Joe Jackson, that sort of angry young man type thing." But actually, Graham Parker put out his album first, and that was produced in '76. It was produced by Nick Lowe.
Yeah.
So he's kind of the guy that started that, a good year before Elvis Costello did.
Yeah. And he did some really good albums in the late 90s and 2000s. Since they haven't been as good, but I thought he was amazing then. He was still, was that Bubblegum something was one of them.
Acid Bubblegum?
Yeah, Acid Bubblegum was just, and he finally did Crawling from the Wreckage.
Yeah.
He wrote the damn thing and Edmund stole it, and he finally did a studio version.
Yeah, he also put out a few years back an acoustic version of Squeezing Out the Sparks. He just recorded acoustic versions of all the songs on the album.
Yeah, I like him acoustic actually. In fact, from his, I think it's his Live in Japan album, his version of what's the Mercury Poisoning. I like that version way better than the actual original version. The acoustic live version is just so good.
Yeah, I think he's great. I appreciated him more and more every year. So that's why I decided it's time to do, because I did like just a few of the albums last year, but now I'm going to do the whole catalog. Anyway, go back to DC. 10cc's I'm Not in Love is my favorite single of the 70s. 10cc's I'm Not in Love is one of the greatest songs ever recorded.
I was just going to put in my little 2 cents and say my favorite single of the 70s was Hair of the Dog by Nazareth, which
was basically copied by Michael Jackson a few years later with Beat It, I think it was. But no, 10cc, the way if nobody has dipped their toes into 10cc apart from I'm Not in Love and The Things We Do for Love, and then maybe a couple other songs, the way that I'm going to describe them in my video is basically if the Beatles of the Abbey Road era, if they recorded You Know My Name, Look Up the Number, the way that they recorded Abbey Road, that's what 10cc sounds like. They're those perfect, masterful pop, but really effing weird.
I think they were almost proggy in the beginning, the first couple albums. I mean, they weren't prog, but they had slight proggy leanings, I think.
Totally. I think with Godley and Cream, I think definitely, because they went on songs, even a 3 like One Night in Paris, and which is like a 6-minute song, and of course they're going to go on all these different avenues then. But even like in a 3-minute song, the song would begin and end completely different. Like if you heard the last 30 seconds of a song, you'd think, oh yeah, I'm going to go back and listen to that. And you start the song and then you go, what? It just doesn't start like it ends, because they just go on. This band did not hold back. If they thought of an idea, bingo, they did it.
And in the middle of I'm Not in Love, when the girl is whispering, she's saying Big Boys Don't Cry.
Yeah.
But we had to tell some people that, no, you're wrong. It's not requesting quiet.
It's not what?
Requesting quiet. Requesting quiet.
I've never heard that mentioned, but oh, that's funny.
But, one of those misheard lyrics, right?
Yes, yes. Just like,
it's
excuse me
not
while I kiss this
requesting
guy.
quiet. It's Big Boys Don't Cry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what a weird thing. And to think that, I mean, I just think that 10cc completely, even though they had big hits and everybody knows who they are, my opinion, they are completely underappreciated and underrated. But I'm actually going to do a video that just talks about 10cc. Part 2 is going to be a video just on Godley and Cream. Part 3 is going to be a video on Graham Goldman and Wax, which is his band with Andrew Gold. And then part 4 is going to be Eric Stewart solo.
Wow.
But that'll be spread out over like a month, you know.
Now see, now we have DC saying, look, he's got the whole song figured out.
But see, the great thing that you guys know this, but some people don't realize that. In fact, I posted on Facebook, and this is a long time ago, and this is when I had a different girlfriend, before the last one, and she was offended because I posted that song. I didn't write anything. I didn't dedicate it to her or whatever. I just posted it because I was listening to it at home. And I thought, I'm going to post this, so I posted it up, and she got real mad, like, "Oh, you're not in love, huh?" or whatever. And then it's like, well, if you listen to that song, it's about a guy who's completely 100% in love, but he's denying it through the whole song. He's coming up and saying, no, I'm not in love, and then it's a laundry list of all the reasons proving that he is in love, but he's saying, no, I'm not.
It's I mean, Andy Partridge ripped that concept off 15 years later or whatever with Dear God. Dear God is about a guy that totally believes in God. He doesn't want to, and he's in complete denial, but it's about a guy that totally believes in God. He wouldn't be singing to God if he didn't believe in him.
Yeah. And with 10cc, I mean, if you go back and listen to that first album, there's homages to or whatever you want to call them, tributes to 50 the 50s influences like Donna,
Rubber Bullets.
Yeah, Rubber Bullets, even Johnny Don't Do It. But then by the second album, Sheet Music, all that was out the window, and they were just firing on all cylinders. Oh my God. Still can't get over how great 10cc. I mean, I would put 10cc not on the level of the Beatles, but in the same category where you've got 4 extremely talented musicians, singers, songwriters. In fact, 10cc had one more great singer than the Beatles did, because Ringo was only mediocre.
Yeah,
Ringo mediocre? Really?
Yeah, I agree.
But 10cc had Kevin Godley, Lol Cream, Eric Stewart, and Graham Goldman.
They could do 4-part harmony instead of 3.
Yeah. He was also a great songwriter, that Graham Goldman. Wrote songs for other people.
Yep. And the interesting thing is 1982, after Godley and Cream had left, you almost had Andrew Gold as a member of 10cc. He almost joined. He played on 3 songs. They asked him to join, but he had some other contractual things and he couldn't join. So then him and Graham Goldman went off and formed Wax a couple of years later.
But look at fun fact.
Yeah, on like what? Which album?
What? Tug of War.
Tug of War. What's the other one that Tug of War was recorded at the same time as?
Press to Play and Broad Street. He was there for those 3.
Yeah.
He might even be on some Press to Play tracks.
He is. In fact, he was. Press to Play would have been a better album, but Eric Stewart was supposed to produce it, and then Paul McCartney changed it like right when the session started. He Eric Stewart was all set to produce, and McCartney said, "Oh, our engineer Hugh is going to be producing this," and so that's why him and Paul sort of parted at that point. But in fact, Eric Stewart is in the movie "Give My Regards to Broad Street." You see him do
I know he is. He's and like I said, he may have been McCartney. Everybody thinks McCartney like always just starts an album and then it's done and he starts the next one. But this isn't the way he works. He's got songs spread through years. That's why I say he's probably on quite a bit of press to play too, because that's just the way McCartney works. He doesn't go in dry for an album. He's already got a lot of stuff, under his belt when he goes in.
Right, and Angry Cricket says 10cc is odd though. Yeah, completely. That's why I say it's like the production value of Abbey Road working on My Name, Look Up the Number. The reason,
listen
I'm
to
not comparing
Consequences.
Them.
You want odd.
Oh my, yeah.
Odd is the key word there.
Yes, odd. Yeah, the Consequences. I have a 4 CD box set of it, and it's got the full complete. No, it's a 5 CD box set. It's got the full complete 3 album Consequences. Then they also put out like edits from Consequences as a separate album, and then music from Consequences, which is probably the one that everybody should hear. But if you want, man, that Consequences is a weird effing album.
I thought maybe they did it live at some point. Consequences live.
Oh my God. But it's weird. Sarah Vaughan is on a Godley and Cream album.
I
can see
I
Peter
haven't
Cook.
heard it in years. I still have it somewhere, I think, but I haven't heard it in years and years.
Yeah, such a weird album. But Deceptive Benz is one of my favorite 10cc albums, and that was after Godley and Cream. Now, there's an 11-minute song in that album called Feel the Benefit that is so fantastic. It's like their version of side 2 of Abbey Road. And as it's fading out at the end, you realize it's been 11 minutes when it feels like maybe 4.5. Just incredible. So after I make my video, Doc will start going to the store and looking for 10cc CDs.
It'll be a little easier to find than our Stevie Moore's, certainly.
Yeah.
They won't have a card either, Doc. 10cc.
Oh, come on now. They didn't even have a Monkeys card today either. Come on.
Like I only have an FYE. They don't even have a George Harrison card, for God's sake. Terrible.
What kind of a world do we live in? And I'm waiting for them to put a Ron Dante section in.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
They do have an Archie's card, but it was empty.
Oh, good Lord.
Can't find nothing in the store today.
Yeah.
When I was 12, when 10cc's I'm Not in Love came out, I remember wanting to get that album. Now, I'm glad I didn't, because I would not have been ready for it at the age of 12. But I remember going to the section, pulling it out, and going, oh, I'm not going to buy this. It's a soundtrack. Right? Because the album is called The Original Soundtrack. But it's not. That's just the name of the album.
Budget bin in like 1977 or something like that. A couple years after it came out, I found it in a budget bin and bought it. Still have that copy.
Yeah. FM radio played, Life is a Minestrone. Stuff like that. But man, what a weird band, and amazing. I think that's why I like them so much. It's because it's just not predictable. But I'll get off at 10cc.
Yeah. I'll be getting my Madhouse CD tomorrow too.
Your what?
Madhouse.
Madness.
Madness.
Yeah. Oh,
that's
awesome.
close.
I'm thinking of a stinking
soundbite.
It's a madhouse! A madhouse!
I had that on the mind. Not Madhouse, Madness. whatever. So I get
Yeah,
it tomorrow with my shirt.
Jeff, did you get your package yet?
Not yet. It's probably here any day.
Okay.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think yours, he had to wait and ship some packages. I think they shipped either Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay.
So the second batch, like the first batch went out, I think that was like 15 orders or something.
Mhm.
And then the next batch was, I think, another 6. So, but we're running out of shirts.
Ooh.
So there may not be one for you, Doc.
Oh no!
No, I'm kidding.
I told her to set one aside for me.
No, I know. Yeah,
I have my heart set on it. Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
Lucky. I have plowed through 18 of the 30 plus CDs that he hadn't listened to yet. We're not buying anything new until he listens to them all. So happy listening there, Daryl. Happy listening.
Yeah, I have to start listing more stuff up on Discogs. Of course, I can't sell these. Well, I wouldn't anyway. But when I was pulling through other stuff to do on CD Junkie and pulling some stuff to sell, I found my 5 autographed Spark CDs.
Ooh.
But they say 2 Spaz because that's my nickname.
Well.
So Terminal Jive, and it's Womp That Sucker. Now this is right now this is my holy trinity: Womp That Sucker, Angst in My Pants,
Ooh.
Sparks in Outer Space. That's my holy trinity, and I also have that. So
I know somebody's going to be very jealous of you.
no, I mentioned it on the stream, whatever, and it's and I don't think he's.
And you're not allowed on his stream now either.
No, he never puts the link up.
That's because you've got the Spark stuff that he wishes he had.
Oh, no. I've watched his streams a bunch of times. I don't think he has anything against me at all, and I have nothing against him at all either. And I still don't understand why people think that you guys look alike, because you don't. Now him and Tim Allen look pretty much almost alike. No, not really.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
No, but I have no idea why.
Yeah, I mistake Tim for Larry all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sparks another quirky band. Yeah.
I tend to love either bands that are just straightforward pop or bands that are weird, but it always has to be hooky. It always has to have a hook. Like some people can't understand that I can find hooks in the Residents' music. I love the Residents, but boy, that's not just quirky. That's effing weird.
It's quirky weird.
Yeah, but I can find hooks in it. I mean, Tim, are you a fan at all?
Your sound has been cutting in and out of everybody, so I didn't hear who you're talking about. I heard
the Residents.
Talking about a quirky band, but I didn't. I don't know enough about the Residents.
Okay.
I have one EP, one 7-inch EP, and that's all I own by the Residents. So I don't know. So I guess I'm not a fan.
How about Oingo Boingo?
Not a huge fan of Oingo Boingo.
That's odd and strange. I was just listening to them in the car with the song Violent Love.
Yeah.
That's quirky.
Yeah, there's a label out there called Rebellion Remasters, and they've put out remasters of all the Oingo Boingo album, or all the A&M and MCA Oingo Boingo albums with bonus tracks. So if anybody, and they've done that in the last year or two. So if anybody loves Oingo Boingo, and even the first Danny Elfman solo album, where it was basically Oingo Boingo just under his name.
So low.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if anybody loves that stuff, it's on vinyl and CD. The vinyl obviously doesn't have bonus tracks. The CD does. But all that stuff is available through Rubellin Remasters. I think you can get them now. You can purchase them at any e-tailer.
Yeah. You might even get that commercial with the Budweiser commercial, I think.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. How about Sieg Sputnik?
Yeah, I like them. Tony James used to be in Generation X, and
After the Shondells?
They couldn't decide what they wanted to be.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about them. You know what I mean? They did some really good rocking songs, but then there'd be this dance stuff too, and I'm like, I don't figure out what you want to do and then do it. You know?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of charming on the first album, but by the second album, I didn't think it was very interesting. But Tony James was in Generation X with Billy Idol. Then he formed 66 Sputnik. And then he was in a band called Carbon Silicone with Mick Jones from The Clash and Big Audio Dynamite. And Carbon Silicone sounded more like, Big Audio Dynamite, just a more rockin' version of Big Audio Dynamite. And that was pretty good. And then I don't know if it was probably a joke. In fact, I'm sure it was a joke. There was a group called Generation Sex, which is supposedly Billy Idol, Tony James, Paul Cook, and Steve Jones. So 2 members of the Sex Pistols, 2 members of Generation X. But I think that was just a rumor somebody started. It could be real, but I've never seen a picture of all 4 of them together.
Yeah, I never have either. I don't know about that. Maybe. I don't know.
Growl a little, get mad. See if you can become your inner J. Jonah Jameson there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I have to get going. I've got some people here, and I've got some boxes I'm holding for them. Strawberry Switchblade, another great band. I love the song Since Yesterday. I think they're Scottish.
Yeah, but by the time they had an album out, I didn't like them as much. I have their first 3 12-inches that were great. And by the time they put an album out, I didn't think they were as good anymore.
I totally agree with you. Jolene was a singer. They did a cover of the Dolly Parton song Jolene. But Since Yesterday is just a great pop tune. So, but I'm out of here. Yeah. I appreciate you letting me up, Doc, and I appreciate spending time with you, Doc, and with you, Jeff, and Tim. And I will talk to you all later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
See ya.
Have a great evening.
Bye,
I'll see you later.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So long.
That's an interesting discussion.
He's gone.
Yeah.
I hope he does well with his gaming channel.
Yeah. He was talking about all these new wave groups, and there was on early cable, there was a show called New Wave Theater, and that was where I heard a lot of that kind of stuff. I think the guy who did New Wave Theater was murdered or something.
Ooh,
it was on, I think it was on USA back in the early 1980s. New Wave Theater, what it was called.
I don't remember that. But
okay. It was on like 3 o'clock in the morning. After all the.
There was a lot of video kind of shows on between like 79 and like 84. Before MTV took over everything, there was tons of them.
I remember one called MV3.
Oh yeah, and there was Radio 1990. It was on early USA.
Like, oh yeah, I'll watch MV3, and they'd play like Wall of Voodoo and stuff like that. I Want Candy, whatever. That was what late 80s, mid 80s, roughly.
They played the Radio 1990 played the Queen videos from Hot Space that I don't think MTV played, Calling All Girls and Body Language and Esperante Amor, Words of Love, something like that.
I was going to say I thought it was I Want to Break Free.
No, that was the next album, The Works.
Oh.
Hot Space was the one that basically killed it for him.
Yeah. Well, after the on
Hot
Queen.
Space was like, wasn't Hot Space, wasn't part of Hot Space the soundtrack to Flash Gordon? Didn't a lot
Oh
of
no,
that wind up?
that was a completely different. They did a completely different album. Flash
Yeah, I
Gordon
know
soundtrack.
that, but I think some of that was on Hot
Really?
Space as well.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it
Mhm.
was.
Could have been.
What is the origin of this shirt? I really don't know, but there was Robert P. who found it somewhere and said, "That's a thing for Doc."
Yeah.
So he bought it for me. So yeah, I've got cartoons everywhere.
I thought
Yeah,
that was the Beatles shirt, but it's not. So,
yeah, Beatles are on it. Kind of like, hey, look at the Beatles are on it, but
mhm.
it's a cool shirt. Robert P. found it. So where he found it, I don't know.
No,
So
interesting shirt.
But
he bought it at some place.
if you don't want to get taken down or demonetized, though, you got to wear that shirt backwards.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, they'll get you.
That's a joke.
I'm always in trouble.
No, I went to about Queen. I actually got to see Queen in 1982, their last American tour, and they played some material from Hot Space, and actually it sounded pretty good. So I don't know why the album didn't do well. So.
They're supposed to be touring this summer.
Queen?
Yes.
Oh yeah, Queen with what's his name? Yeah.
Queen with what's his name? Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I don't consider it Queen anymore. But there you go.
Queen was never that big in America compared to like the UK or
or anywhere, South Africa. Whatever.
Yeah.
They just dominated. But here they did okay.
Mm-hmm.
But they were never,
Adam
Lambert,
was number one in the UK forever. And it barely cracked the top 40 in America.
Yeah, it was in the and that was basically their last hit until after Freddie died. In America.
In the UK, here in the UK, they had hits.
All kinds of hits. Yeah.
Past when Freddie died. They were huge in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like what they were good for 10 years maybe. Between Sheer Heart Attack and the Game, roughly. A good
the Game,
there's good stuff after that. The song
I
think it was a song they
talking
did
about American.
Live Aid. That song "Hammer to Fall" is a fantastic.
That's from the Works. Yeah.
Didn't even get FM airplay in America. Nothing. But fantastic song.
Then they had the Kind of Magic album. It basically was ignored over here.
Yeah.
As was the movie.
Everything after the Game really was.
Yeah, the Game.
Well, it was ignored here. It really was. MTV played a couple of their videos, but they didn't stop having big hits.
Yeah. They had 6 albums. Basically,
they had. I remember MTV played the Innuendo video like at 3:00 in the morning. Yeah. That's Your Heart Attack. This
is the one that broke them in America.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like after Killer Queen came out, boom, this was the one.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Night of the Opera.
Yeah, that's a good one with
So there's This kind of pulled them off.
Races.
Day of Races. Yeah, it didn't do quite as good.
That had a bigger hit on it for them in America, but it didn't do nearly as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one did well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're still doing good. This one fell off.
They had an interesting video, but it was a pretty good album.
Yeah. So
Bicycle Race. Anybody ever see Bicycle Race? Oh, I love the Game. Oh yeah. One of my favorite songs on the Game was a song called, it wasn't a big hit, called Need Your Lovin'. I Need Your Lovin' Tonight. And it wasn't a big hit, but it was a single.
You're right.
Song
Crazy Little Thing Called Love? Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, for 6 albums, they were good in America, and then all of a sudden...
They released the Greatest Hits album in America with that new song, new song. It was called, what was the one with David? Under Pressure.
Yeah, I didn't really care for that one. So like, after they did the Flash soundtrack and all those
Yeah.
kinds of
Be
kind of-
careful driving, Henry.
look, congratulations! What did you
Mhm.
get?
Be
What did you?
careful.
Yeah, poor Timmy. He's spinning.
Tim disappeared again.
Tim's spinning. Oh no!
Oh no.
Just in case he needs one, I'll stick the link back in.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case. Yes. Yeah, I loved Sheer Heart Attack.
Oh,
All that got hit on the radio was Killer Queen, but I bought it just for the one song and loved.
Killer Queen and one called Stone Cold Crazy. The rocker. Stone Cold Crazy.
Oh yeah, that one did make the radio. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
two songs,
Mhm.
but I really enjoyed the operatic stuff.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
my
the-
wife went ape shit about for Queen.
And then all of a sudden,
She had, you
the
know,
opera, like, well, gee,
all
that
of
makes
them. Yeah.
Wes had both of Queen's Marx Brothers albums back in the day.
And
Yes.
see, that was another thing. My wife had all the Queen albums over at the house on CD, and that's another thing they stole when they broke into my
Oh,
house.
no. So
So-
you're gonna need some of these.
No, I have a British Queen greatest hits. That's enough for me. So
No, but I mean, like, a run of 6 albums is pretty
Yeah.
darn good, really.
I want to find the UK greatest hits too, because it's got some innuendo tracks I really like. Yeah.
I didn't grab the greatest hits one. It's got some of the later stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tim's coming back. Poof.
Okay.
There he is.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
No,
I think an airplane just went over and cut you off.
Yeah. Catch
I,
off.
I don't know. No, I finally just left on my own. I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
this is just spinning forever. I'm gonna
This-
reset again and see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that's an American compilation. There's one called Greatest Hits 2.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look, I paid $8 for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this is a lot of the later stuff. You know.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so
The
like.
thing that happened in America never happened in the UK is Queen
No.
had a whole bunch of flop singles in America.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
they had no flop singles in the UK.
No.
Yeah, so you can tell from the beginning, you know, starts from a kind of magic and pretty well hits all the later stuff.
Mm-hmm. And
So,
also Brian and Roger both had some pretty good solo albums.
yep.
So
So there you go. Classic.
But isn't
Queen.
Bohemian Rhapsody on that one? Didn't they leave it off the first one, and put it on the
I
second
know,
one for
I
some
know.
weird
because it was
reason?
from that one.
So you
from
buy
that
the second
movie.
one. This is what
Yeah.
record companies do.
Mhm.
They leave off one key song on purpose for greatest hits comps. They always do.
Mhm.
I know a friend of mine says, look, I've got whatever it was, Queen's Greatest Hits. And I says, oh, yeah, cool. And I'm going like, so where's Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yeah.
He was like, what? I says, they left off the biggest song.
Yeah. It was when he was in that movie. You know that what was it called? With
Wayne's World, which is why it's
Yeah,
on
yeah.
there. They consider
Yeah,
it a later hit because
Mhm.
it actually charted higher in the 80s than it did in
Mhm.
the 70s.
yeah. Yeah.
Wayne's World helped it tremendously.
That,
Oh.
that wasn't a big hit. People think that was a really big hit, Bohemian Rhapsody. It
Mhm.
was in the 80s. It wasn't
Yeah.
in the 70s. It was a hit. It was it did
Yeah,
crack
it was
the
not
top
that
40,
big, but
Mhm.
the reissue did much better.
Yeah.
So,
but but like people don't even know. Like the first single from News of the World was "It's Late,"
Oh
and
yeah.
it bombed.
Hmm.
It's probably my favorite Queen song. I think it's an
There was-
amazing song.
I think there was one on News of the World
nothing.
called "Spread Your Wings." That
Yeah.
was another
Yeah.
flop single. Mm-hmm. Spread
Yeah,
your
that
wings
wound up
and
live
fly.
on the B side
Yeah.
of Crazy Little Thing Called
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
Live
Mhm.
version.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but you put that to We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions. That was huge.
Yeah. Yeah. My wife was a big Queen fan.
Yeah,
and there was a guy.
in America,
Mm-hmm.
they took the best two songs, what they thought were the best two songs from jazz, put them on an A and a B side.
Oh yeah.
and that was the only single from Jazz. In the rest of the world,
We had Fat Bottom Girls.
what's the name of that song?
Bicycle Race.
Yeah, that was the B side of the single. Bicycle Race was the A side.
Oh, you bicycle.
What's the name of the song? Don't Stop Me Now was a huge hit in most of the world. Wasn't even released as a single in America.
Yeah.
Stupid record companies.
My wife had all these Queen concerts and videos and
from the game, Need You Tonight or Need Your Love Tonight was a single.
It
went nowhere in America.
Nothing.
That was a single.
That's the one that John Deacon wrote, I believe.
My favorite song from the game, Need Your Love Tonight. It's Queen doing Power Pop, as close as they ever came.
I really liked Freddie Mercury's Harlequin Pants.
Yeah.
I thought those were so cool. Looked like he stepped out of a deck of cards or something. Yeah. Whatever. Ooh. How many people are watching me? Oh, not that many. Not that many. 13. Go tell your friends. Henry, didn't you were talking about getting a new car? Yeah, I know. But Henry, you're just talking about getting a new car there. What did you get?
Play a down payment for a new car. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never bought a new car, and I never will.
I haven't bought a new car in a long time.
The second you drive your car off the lot, it depreciates by at least 25%. It's the worst thing you can do with your money.
That's just cool. But it's nice to have a fresh car that it's mine. I'm the first owner.
If you buy a car that's like a year old, you can get it for half the price, and it's still like a new car. I mean, it don't disintegrate, quickly.
Okay, well, you're just talking about like last year's model type thing.
Yeah. Well, like 2018,
2019,
2019, 3 or 4 years old, you can get a really good buy.
We're clearing the 03s off the lot. That's when you go in.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what I'm going to get for the car.
Bohemian Rhapsody did better than I thought originally. It hit number 9.
On its first try?
Yeah. But it hit number 2 in 92. So.
Yeah.
Even John Lennon's Imagine didn't do all that well the first time around. So it
hit 2 or 3 in America. It just didn't hit number 1. I think it hit 3.
Yeah.
I'm looking, but I think it hit 3.
It seems to me that one did better the second time around, or it got
not in America. In Europe, it hit number 3. Because it never got re-released here, not as a single that got pushed or anything, but it did well in the UK.
Yeah, I remember right after he died, they reissued. I think they issued "Love" from the Plastic Ono Band as a single, and it made number 41, and that was
it didn't hit the top 40. I know that.
Just barely, but I went ahead and put it in rotation. But that was the song representing the first solo album rather than Mother. But
it was they released it too to try to be a double-sided hit because they put Happy Christmas on the other side. They released it like in November and put like Happy Christmas on the other side.
Yeah, and also Jealous Guy was a big hit on the adult contemporary stations. The start song.
Henry, what kind of a car did you get?
Yeah, what kind of car you got, Henry?
I don't see an answer to the big question. Did you get like a Subaru or something?
My first car used to drink oil.
Or a Pinto or something? What did you get? Volkswagen?
My first car drank gas.
Gas prices up this weekend, probably because of Memorial Day, right?
They are, yeah.
And
a week ago, $3 a gallon.
World leaders, you know about this, right?
What's that?
All the environmentally friendly world leaders got together. This was a few months ago, and went to OPEC and said, "We need you to cut your oil production because the world is using too much energy and creating too much pollution." So they did, and that's why gas prices shot up. A lot of people don't know this. It was a bunch of world leaders went to OPEC and said, slow your production down. So they're like, okay, and they did, and gas prices shot through the roof.
That's kind of dumb because, like I was saying, I think I said Sunday, there was a guy on YouTube. He had a hybrid car, and he had to have his battery replaced, $42,000.
Oh yeah, no, it's absolutely ridiculous. And that's the other thing too. There's never going to be a classic electric car.
No.
Any car has the potential to be a classic car, except an electric car.
Right.
Unless they convert it, unless they put an engine in it, it's not going to be a classic car because the batteries are going to die, and then that's it. That's it. And then what do you do with those batteries? That's the thing. They're worried about landfills and all. Well, what do you do with an electric car that's dead now?
Just dump them in the lake.
Yeah, that would be okay.
You can't just put it in a car crusher. Not all those batteries you can't.
Can we shoot them off into space? Throw it to
there
the moon?
You go. Put them on the moon. They'll glow.
Yeah. Get SpaceX to shoot them to the moon.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. No,
and I can't even imagine the deposit. I don't know about Canada, but in New York, I think there's like a $25 deposit or something if you got to buy a new battery for your car. For them to take the old one back, it costs like $25, and you have to do it. There's no choice.
Yeah, it's a recycling fee.
So how much is the deposit on when you go to turn your electric car in? Because the battery's dead. I mean, what? You got a $10,000 bill to pay or something? I mean,
it's weird because in Oklahoma, the recycling fee is like $5.
It's more than that in New York. It might not be 25. It might be 10 or 15.
What is it,
more
Doc?
than 5.
Yeah, here we are. I got a battery back around February.
$21. Yeah, so that's cheap for your car?
Yeah. I probably wasn't the best one. I need a new battery. Oh, it costs $129, but there's another. That's the install.
They're going to try to make people drive electric cars, and people are not going to be able to afford
them. But
them.
Electric cars, like I said, you're going to turn your batteries in, and it's going to be like $10,000 to turn your batteries in because there's so many.
We just can't win in the world today.
We can't. Well, I was talking last time I had my car serviced. I said that to my mechanic, and he started laughing. And he said, no, we won't have electric cars for a long time.
Well, New York State's trying to pass a law that you have to have an electric car. And they're also you have to heat and everything electrically. And the power station people are going, this is insane. We can't provide this much electricity. And these idiots just don't listen.
The power grid's just gonna go boom.
Trying to get gas outlawed so that you had to use corn fuel. Well, every animal would die because all the corn would have to go to fuel consumption just to try to meet the demand. It's ridiculous. I mean, these people just don't think.
A can of niblets is going to be $14. There'll be no Thanksgiving with niblets this year.
Well, it's been time to move for a long time, MC.
Well, it's time to move to where?
No. New York. I mean, I think New York has gotten worse than California, which is saying something. But I literally think that they might have.
Well, you can always come to Oklahoma. We have tornadoes.
But weirdly, like marijuana is legal in New York, right? And you got to get a license to sell it and all this stuff. And in California, that whole thing goes fairly well and fairly smoothly. In New York, we just get these shops popping up everywhere. Unlicensed people selling pot. It's like it's like become this epidemic, and it's like and nobody does anything about it. The cops go, okay, we're gonna give you, you got a week to shut down, and that's it. And then they don't, and okay, they put a lock on the door. So the next day, there's a van out in front of the place, and the people are selling their pot out in the van in front of and still nobody does anything. And it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, we have a bunch of distribution places here in my town. Now it's medical marijuana that's legal in Oklahoma. You have to have a card. So
I don't even know because I haven't paid attention to it. I don't even know what's legal, but
I know.
But Tim, where are these shops?
they're on every corner, literally.
Yeah. Here too.
There's more of them than dollar stores.
Yeah,
they call them sticker stores. They call them sticker stores because what actually happens is they keep like this van parked out front, and you go into the store and there are priced stickers. One sticker's $20, one sticker's $35. Yeah. You buy the sticker and then you give them your sticker, and then they give you, a
little baggie.
Ridiculous.
Oh yeah, there's more distribution centers here than there are restaurants. Seriously.
Well, once upon a time, two years ago, they were fighting against these stores. Like, oh, we don't want these stores in our city. Yeah. Oh, no. And all of a sudden, well, yeah, okay, we'll allow a few. And all of a sudden, pop, 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 every corner.
So, and all these people you see, oh, you do this. Oh, you're at the marijuana place. Oh, you're at the marijuana place. Oh, all these people that I know, Oh, hello.
But can you get a bargoon on a blunt?
I have no idea. But the economy is so bad where I live that I think that's part of the reason that nobody does anything about it. They're the only stores making any money.
Yeah.
Stealing the water. Florida has more people than New York, but New York state budget is twice what Florida's is. Yeah. Not if Ron DeSantis has anything to do about it. He'll close down Disney. Well, maybe Disney will close down its.
I don't know if Florida has more people than New York. Because New York City has like 10 million people these days.
Oh, good Lord.
So I don't know.
Those are illegal.
That's not counting Poughkeepsie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know how many Buffalo has these days.
How many people are in Schenectady?
And that's it. New York has a lot of small towns too, but they also have, they have a few.
Cooperstown is tiny.
But
nobody says I'm heading to Rochester for a weekend.
I mean, the town I live in is like 30,000 people, but Oklahoma City is about a couple of 100,000. So, nice little rural area.
And we got all these stores, but I never see people actually going in or out of them.
Oh, I do. Do you? People in their underwear, people in their PJs.
What?
Jump out of bed and go to the
economy is bad everywhere. Yeah, but where I am, I mean, I would say 50% of like storefronts at least are vacant and have been for a long time. At least 50%.
Yeah, there's even a marijuana growing supply store here in town. Yeah.
Here's the number. New York has less than 8.5 million. That's the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the city. That's not the state.
Yeah.
Buffalo's got to have 1 million at least by now.
Yeah.
I mean,
the state itself is probably 15 million, 20 million.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something like that. I don't know. Get your Google working.
Yeah, but more people move in as soon as you can't find a place to live in New York City. People leave, but people are coming every day to New York City.
Look, 20 million.
Yeah.
Florida, 22 million. So it's kind of close.
How many
for the roller coasters?
See, look up how many people are in Oklahoma. Just curious.
Oh, probably a couple hundred.
Oh, more than that. Well, there's a lot of
like God City or something.
Yeah.
With a little thing that keeps on moving, like people are leaving. Too many tornadoes and thunderstorms.
The buildings down. It's what open spaces. Yeah.
But the thing is, New York's economy is so bad. Probably half their budget's like welfare and that kind of stuff. I mean, it's so bad. I mean, nobody works.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah, 4
No
million.
place to
Not
work.
bad. No, so I can put my feet up. Yeah.
Wow. I don't know, Michigan probably has about 10 to 15.
Something like that.
Because the southern part of Michigan is where all the people are. The further up you go, it starts to kind of dwindle, you know, and then
Yeah.
stuck in Petoskey and Alpena and all these places. So, like, even Detroit itself is like 650,000. Oops, you know, like, used to be.
I wouldn't mind living in like a smaller town in northern Texas. I don't. Maybe not. You know, not too far from Oklahoma, somewhere in that area. It just looks.
Well, Texas
It looks
gets,
nice and rural, and like
Yeah.
lots of tiny little towns. And I don't think there's much to do there, but it seems like
not
I
too many.
needed Google Translate to understand most of the locals, probably. But
Where I live, there's not too many record stores. There's one in Norman. There's a couple in Norman, and there's a whole bunch of them in Oklahoma City. You know, so you have to travel a little bit. But I mean, there you go. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I used to follow. He moved, but what? God, what was his name? The guy that just bought 45s lived in northern Texas, not that far from Oklahoma. Max Stevens. I forget his channel's name, but Max Stevens. And you know, he seemed to do all right there.
Yeah, but Texas gets tornadoes worse than Oklahoma. So
I'm sure they do. It's not the tornadoes. It's just, I don't know. I mean, just something about Texas seems to be. There seems to be a freedom in Texas that's lacking in a lot of places, certainly in New York.
Well, West Virginia has less than 2 million. It's because it's all mountains. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Joe.
Hey.
Oh, he's been thinking of new names already, and he's got a new one.
That's good.
Woo.
That's good.
Well, actually, we all buy old.
I can't wait to forget that one, Joe.
I need to write down a list of his old. Yeah.
Got a new name already.
No, I've always loved rural little towns. You know.
How far is Oklahoma City?
Oklahoma City, it's about on the highway, it was an hour's drive. You can even get there about 35 minutes.
That's nothing. Go for a little trip.
Yeah, about 30 minutes over here to Norman. Yeah, this way.
Well, to go to the Goodwill, that's like 30 feet, right?
The Goodwill's right down 2 or 3 miles away, but they never have very much in my town.
I buy old records is Max Stevens' channel.
Yeah. Okay.
He still has the channel, but he moved to Argentina, so he's not doing all that much with it at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, he moved to Argentina.
Norman's a city.
Norman, Oklahoma. It's about 30 miles that way.
30 miles that way. Where's it that way?
That way.
That way. But yeah, if you're only an hour out of Oklahoma City and there's fine record stores there, take a trip.
There's oh my gosh, they're everywhere, you know. And there used to be a whole bunch of used record shops, not too many anymore, but there's a lot of these little CD stores sprang up, you know, and sell that kind of stuff.
Well, you see, DC used to have a girlfriend in Oklahoma, very flat but nice. Oklahoma, not the girlfriend.
Okay. It's a nice little state, yeah.
It's Paul Weller's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Paul Weller.
Happy birthday, Paul Weller.
Yeah.
Geez, we missed out on that one.
Oh, well.
We were too busy celebrating Jeremy Gilbert.
Oh, well. Everybody has a birthday. Right.
We kind of blew it on that one. So, some things just take precedence, I guess.
Oh, it does. It does.
Don't reach for it, Tim. I'm not ready.
What? Oh.
Yeah. No, Jeff, no! Oh!
I did get it off the mouse.
Ah.
You didn't see it.
We're good. We're good.
This guy too, I got to put him in a new jewel case, but this guy as well.
Yes.
Now these are actually re-recordings of his classic songs. So.
Yeah.
I knew a girl named Virginia. We called her Virgin for short, but not for long.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I bet you left teeth marks.
Oh, that would be bad. Like, look at that gap. Oh dear.
I wonder if he bit Danny, tried to bite Danny, and Danny kind of rearranged his teeth. Danny would do it.
Danny would do it, yeah.
Right in the, yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. I saw a little bit of Partridge Family 2055 or whatever the heck it was called.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Everything that came out of Hanna-Barbera was not good.
No, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Kind of unwatchable.
Anything for Saturday morning, like yeah, Partridge Family in space sounds like a great idea.
Partridge Family.
And also, the cartoons in the early and mid 70s, they were hardly animating anymore.
No.
There'd be like 30 seconds where it's just two things on the screen and you hear sound. And there's no motion whatsoever. It's like
all they had was a picture of the guy, but they would leave the mouth out and they just animate a mouth.
And they had a lot of those live action shows that sprang up as well.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we had all the Croft shows. And
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Filmation tried to make a couple. I guess the worst was Uncle Croc's Block with Charles Nelson Riley and Jonathan Harris. What a pair! What a pair!
That would have been interesting. Yeah. Well, Jonathan Harris was in something on CBS. Space School or Space something.
Space Academy?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But he was on
it wasn't just them. Even Warner Brothers cartoons by that point weren't very good.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody was. Everybody was trying to use what today we would call computer animation, but it wasn't really done with computers yet. But it was just this new system where there wasn't much animation. One person could draw the whole cartoon because there was that little animation.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm. I remember that Space Academy. I believe Jonathan Harris quit after the first season.
That was Filmation.
Yeah. And he was replaced by the guy who was Mr. Scott, James Doohan. He was on there too for a season.
I don't know. Wasn't this not Saturday, but the afternoon stuff going on at that time? Because the after school stuff, with the G.I. Joes and the Inspector Gadget all in the afternoon, that was big for a while.
Yeah.
The Disney afternoon.
Oh yeah, I remember that. But by then I wasn't,
But that wasn't animated. Well, none of that was.
Yeah.
I don't know. The rabbit was
But even by the mid 60s, look at like mid 60s Warner Brothers cartoons, and they were already half as animated as they were at one point.
Yeah.
They could still be good, but they,
Yeah, but those are theatrical stuff. I think we're talking about television cartoons.
Yeah, but I'm just saying cartoons in general. It doesn't matter what it was made for. Started going downhill. By around 1960, it was on its way downhill. Probably the last. I was about to say probably the last decently animated, really, but was the Flintstones. But that even had its moments where it wasn't animated all that well at times.
Yeah. Was it the Flintstones and then the Jetsons, maybe?
Yeah, the Flintstones,
Yeah.
Jetsons, that kind
Yeah,
of
the
stuff.
earlier stuff, yeah.
But and yeah, I mean, it was animated better than the 70s for sure,
yeah.
but it wasn't anything like the classic 40s and 50s. You know, it was a lot less animation going on.
No, the theatrical cartoons were much better than television cartoons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it just came down to the characters, the situations, the writing. Like Hanna-Barbera had it down in the 60s to early 70s, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
So, I don't know if they saved TV animation. They were, like, what was Crusader Rabbit the first one? But that was a different company though.
Yeah.
So, see, like
I don't know, but it's like those. What was it? Late 60s they did them, early 70s. I don't know. Those later Popeye cartoons. You know, I mean, they're pretty.
Yeah, they tried doing Popeye and Son.
They're pretty bad, you know. But at least, again, like DC said, at least they're on and they're doing it. You know, it wasn't going to happen any other way.
Yeah. I always thought the best Popeye ones were the 30s.
Oh yeah,
the black and white ones.
Yeah,
the ancient ones.
Original Fleischer ones were like the bomb.
Oh yeah.
If anything, you know, like characters didn't even have to stand still; they bounce.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All the characters bounce. Like what? What kind of weird stuff is that?
Who knows?
Their tech was employed by other studios, but
did they?
Oh yes, yeah. So, heck, I see a lot of, you know, like Filmation or DePatty and Freeling stuff, and when the credits go, I'm going like, I know that person, or I know that person. You know, you see like Laverne Harding and Virgil Ross and some of these names coming up, and going like, well, they worked on old Warner Brothers stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Popeye still had the pipe, I think. He couldn't punch. Nobody could punch. Batman couldn't punch. Nobody could punch. But I think somebody said something about, oh, you got a pipe and I just uses it to toot with. You know? That was the excuse. But nowadays,
I remember one of the New York channels, I forget which one, used to show Popeye in the afternoons, and I was always at school. I never saw it. So I was homesick one day, and Popeye comes on, and they had this theme song, and I'm listening to this theme song, and I'm like, why does this sound familiar to me?
Where have I heard this before?
No. And I go to my records, and I pull out the first McCartney album, and I put on the track Hottest Sun, and I put it on 45, and I'm like, that's the friggin' Popeye theme. They took Hottest Sun from the McCartney album, played it at 45, and that was the theme from Popeye. And I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah.
I never noticed. Well, that sounds like a video.
That one, theme from Popeye.
Yeah.
Hottest Sun.
Yeah, I watched a few of those Quickie Koala shows.
They're
not that good. Like Tex Avery had lost his touch, I guess. Hanna-Barbera got him out of retirement and says, do something for us. And he came up with this Quickie Koala. And it was dumb. Sorry. To the writer he worked with. Yeah. Why don't you get up here, DC, and talk cartoons?
Yeah, talk about cartoons. I still think one of my favorite Warner Brothers cartoon is that One Froggy Evening.
Oh, yeah, that's a classic.
Finds that frog in a box and he sings, but not for somebody else, just for him.
That's a classic. Chuck
And that one was done like in the 50s. Yeah. Wasn't it like 59 or something like that?
Oh,
was it before that? Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
My two favorite Warner Brothers cartoons are, and I only know the name to one, but the one I don't know the name to is the dog that finds the little kitten. I just love that cartoon. The little kitten keeps curling up on his back.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. And she goes, "Oh,
that's
yeah."
such a
I
sweet
I
cartoon.
remember that one. Yeah,
That's
And,
another.
the voice of the woman on that is B. Benaderet.
yeah.
Mhm.
Be better.
And then the Three Little Bops, which is the
Mhm.
60s cartoon, I think.
Yeah.
Very late 50s or 60s. I love the Three Little Bops. It's just an amazing cartoon.
There's a commentary somewhere. It might be on one of those Warner Brothers Golden collections, whatever, where he talks about the one with the dog and the cat.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the scene where the dog thinks the wife or whatever has baked the kitten into
the cookie. She offers him a cookie and it's a kitty.
You know, making the cookies and the dog's fainting and everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you know, like, gee, what a long face. Well, I know how to make it better. Here. And it's got a cookie. You know, like, well, go ahead, take it.
Yeah.
And the dog is just having a crying fit and puts it on his back.
Puts it on his back, and it's just done so well. I mean, it's just, I like sweet cartoons. Like my favorite Honeymoons episode is the Christmas episode because it's so sweet.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for, just things
need
that
more
are really
sweet.
nice and sweet and kind and
Yeah. Why? We don't have any sweet. If I turn on the TV right now, do you know what I'll get? Beat Shazam. That's how sweet television is now.
Yeah, I know. No, I love that kind of stuff.
Well, not Beat Shazam.
I'm a sucker for sweet.
Yeah, but Chuck Jones got into a lot of sweetness later, like too much sweetness, like saccharine. Well, what do you expect at the end of an opera? Happy ending? Whatever. But yeah, the quality of, well, they were cutting budgets and there wasn't much of a call for theatrical cartoons.
No.
The mid 50s, so
Put them on TV, yeah.
So
I remember early Saturday morning before they had cartoons. They showed a lot of westerns.
I thought you were going to say they showed like a test pattern.
No, they showed a little, like I remember, like 62. I think they showed the Roy Rogers show, and the Gene Autry had a TV show, and the Lone Ranger, and a lot of those kind of westerns.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
And then they started cartoons like 63 or 64, maybe before, but I don't. Earliest memories are like 64. Watching.
I can't remember when there weren't Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like, oh look, you turn on oh my gosh, look at all this stuff to watch, Mighty Mouse and whatnot.
Yeah.
And
they used to have Saturday mornings weren't kids programming. They used to have news shows and stuff. I mean, there would be Saturday morning news shows and stuff.
Yeah, but that was back when I only had 3 stations, though.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
You don't have what you have to. Like, what were they showing today? Some little pencil type vacuum that you can get in between your car seats and all this kind of stuff, and it's available for 3 easy payments of $39.95. I went.
But if you call right now,
yeah,
one.
Call right now before the end of this program, which isn't really a program anyway. You can get the extra attachment for doing your hair or something.
Yeah, I can remember they messed up on some of the Saturday morning cartoons. They were showing commercials for cigarettes. How many kids are going to smoke?
Oh, Daryll, do it again. Oh, I clicked on him to join, and he went poof.
Oh, is he coming up?
He was.
Okay.
He was there, and
I noticed the glitch. I didn't.
That was the
so fast. I couldn't see what it was.
That was the glitch.
I saw a glitch.
Oh, here it comes again.
Okay.
Well,
Here it comes. Here he comes.
There.
Hello.
There's the cartoon guy.
Mhm.
There he is.
Yeah, there you go.
There he is.
Oh,
There he
Daryl.
was.
Oh. Come on, Daryl.
When he's here and he's gone. Mhm.
He's there and he's gone.
Come up, come up.
Well,
It's not just me. That's good.
Mhm.
No. Well, it took 3 tries for Tim to get it to work.
Yeah.
So come on, Daryl.
Fourth.
One more.
This is the fourth.
Fourth time. Yeah.
This is the fourth right here.
I don't understand. I'm only on basically a dial-up thing, and I'm on here.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm on some cable something that they got. I'm not. I've got a little modem sitting over there that's blinking at me. So I don't get it. Mine's working fine. Jeff is working fine.
Yeah, mine's fine.
All the way from Oklahoma, he's working fine.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Well, I always say I don't think mine's my internet. I think mine is my laptop. It doesn't have enough memory sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm almost
And I
afraid
don't
to-
have anything on it. It's
Yeah.
like I keep nothing on my laptop.
Yeah, me
Still,
too.
there's-
I've got a cheapy $150 laptop here. There we go.
Stay, Daryl, stay.
Mine was 130 with.
Oh, really?
I need to
shipping.
turn off Chrome.
Mhm.
No, YouTube.
Turn off YouTube.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't turn off StreamYard. Turn off
Just
YouTube.
stream on YouTube.
But you're not.
Right. Just like,
Okay.
You're,
Dang.
Yeah, or turn it down. You don't have to turn it off. You can just turn it down.
I'm really technically
I
inept
know.
at times. Honest to God, it's disgusting. It's like I just dropped in out of the 1950s. Jeez.
Well, see,
Well,
Daryl,
I'm a
you
Luddite
remember,
and proud of it.
you remember all these cartoons we're talking about.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That
you got up on Saturday morning and said, "Oh boy, Deputy Dog."
you had to get your cartoon fixed when it was broadcast. There was no Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network,
No.
DVDs,
Nah.
VHS tapes. You had to watch it when it was happening. So
Yes.
yeah, I was one of those early risers. The Farm Report, depending on where you lived, and then after that, you get John Nagy learn to draw. Do you guys remember John Nagy? He'd do little drawing lessons, show you how to draw an apple and shade it in, and barns and such. And then the cartoons.
That's where you got your start.
Huh?
Mhm.
That's where you got your start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learning how to draw an apple.
And I think I was telling you guys about the city I grew up in. The kitty host there would draw kids' initials on their birthday and create a character, and so that influenced me in some strange way too. So yeah, all that.
That wasn't Bob McNay, was it?
His name was Barney Bean, and he was a ventriloquist along with being a cartoonist. And he had a little, his dummy's name was Sherwood, and Sherwood always had a big button on it on his jacket that said "I like girls."
Ooh, that's pretty racy for kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Schnee is back.
oh,
He's
Steve's
back.
here.
Hey.
I'm here only for a few minutes because I want to show Daryl what I'm going to be sending him.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It'll be like Christmas in
Yes.
June.
Mhm.
What you got?
Oh, thank you, sir.
Look at that.
All right.
It's
Oh,
the Daryl cup.
Yeah, that could be the Ski Lodge
Steve,
Christmas mug.
that mug
Yeah.
will be at my side constantly. You don't know how much coffee I consume in a day. Unbelievable.
Wait,
And-
there's more.
The shirt.
Oh, thank you, sir. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll wear my shirt as I drink my coffee out of the same design.
Yeah. Robert P. made shirts and mugs for the artists that are only specific to the artists. So
Oh, very nice of you guys.
so
Appreciate it.
my brother got his mug and shirt. I didn't get a copy of that mug. Nadia got her, or I have her mug and shirt.
Mhm.
And then actually she's asked me to send it to Angie because Angie's such a big fan of that because it has Sandler and Young on it.
Right.
And then he sent me a copy of the Daryl mug too.
Wow, that's awesome. I thank both of you so much. That's
And
great.
then you
So, yeah, well-
got your 10cc shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah,
That's
that,
right.
as
I
we
was
were
just talking
talking
about
about before with 10cc, that I'm Not in Love single, I can listen to that on a continual loop. There is so much going on in that song, musically, production wise, and then the lyrics. If you really read in there, this guy's completely crushed about what, but he's trying to tell himself he's not in love.
You know, what's interesting is I don't like cover versions, especially there's like some Petula Clark disco version of I'm Not in Love out there, or that she performs. It's horrible. But, and I'm not a fan of cover versions at all, but I really like Rick Springfield's version of I'm Not in Love.
I've heard that as well. It's good.
Yeah. I mean, he keeps it.
A disco treatment would just take all the mojo out of what that song's all about to me.
Exactly.
Mojo.
See, like on the 10cc version, you know, you hear the you know, and it's in stereo coming out of each channel. Rick Springfield does it too.
Yeah. And the female voice, like I was commenting before, is that him internally, his girlfriend's voice telling him to just don't be all bent out of shape about this ending? Or could that be a motherly voice saying, as a mother will to a child that's hurt, you know, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry.
Right.
Whatever. Or just a lot going on there.
Or it could be what it really is, the secretary at Strawberry Studios.
Yeah. She didn't want to do it, and they talked her into it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So now, you know, and then of course, and then you get song I forgot to mention before, the Godley and Cream song "Cry."
Oh yeah, with the video.
My gosh, is that amazing or what?
Yeah.
Especially those last few notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
How does that happen?
Your dog will start running around in circles if you play it around the home.
Yeah.
Or your dog will start bleeding or something.
Exactly. So, but that's it. I just wanted to show Daryll or DC. I don't think that I'm legally allowed to call him Daryll. I think I'm.
Absolutely, call me Daryll. Daryl's not a cool name. It's usually the subject of a Far Side panel or the New Heart show. The two weird brothers, Daryll and his brother Daryll. Daryl's are not cool, so that's why everyone calls me D or DC.
Yeah, I just remember.
Either way, I respond to.
Yeah, I just remember at the very beginning of Ski Lodge, you know, because I try to ask everybody what their names are, and I said, you know, do I call you DC or whatever? And you said, just call me DC, and it's like, okay. and then
I didn't mean to be so mysterious and cryptic.
and then like 6 months later, you're on like Doc Stream and everyone else is streaming. Yeah, my name's Daryll. My name's Daryll.
That bastard. I'm Daryll.
Yeah. So I'm not legally allowed to call him Daryll. So
can't.
I still, during Ski Lodge, I still call you DC, even though I know.
Yeah, I like DC. Yeah. Most of my friends call me DC or D.
Yeah, but then when I say
Daryll.
When I say DC, all of a sudden that Superman emblem pops into my head and the bright blue suit and everything. So
it's a comics company.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. But anyway,
make mine DC. I never did like Marvel anyway.
I was always more of a DC guy. Yeah. And because Marvel struck me the same way the Brady Bunch TV show did. It was like a bunch of 40-something, 50-something year-old men thinking they're hip and they know what the lingo is. Because nobody I knew ever used the word groovy, and that always showed up on the Brady Bunch. And I always thought Marvel, although I loved Marvel, it was always like Stan Lee, the hipster, you know, trying to fit in with the kids. Yeah. And DC was just solid. Hey, we're old men creating comics for the kids and buy our stuff.
Yeah.
But that
in my opinion, I think that the DC comics, at least back when I was buying comics or started getting comics in the early 70s, DC was much more brighter and colorful and had exuded a little bit more joy and a little bit more fantasy in those bright colors. Whereas Marvel tended to be a little bit darker and, you know, in hues, not darker in like subject matter, but it just seemed like DC was like Marvel definitely seemed like New York.
Very
Whereas
New York centric.
Or they even called
Yeah.
it New York.
Yeah, and
they had all these fictional cities, like Gotham Central and Coast City and all these sort of things.
What makes me sick to my stomach when I think about my childhood comic book collection was one day my mom just decided all these hundreds of comic books I kept perfectly in this big toy chest. He doesn't need those funny books anymore.
Oh,
And she just got rid of them. And now I go into shops and I see books I had in pristine condition going for 3 figures, and it's like, oh my god.
So shortly after that,
apologize for that, because I said, Mom, why would you do that? You know, I want to be an artist, a cartoonist. Why would you just get rid of all those comics? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I wasn't thinking.
Well, after she got rid of your comics, did you get rid of your mom?
There were some moments.
So, okay, guys, I'm out of here.
Steve, thanks, buddy.
Okay, see you.
Thank you again, Doc, Jeff, Tim, and Daryl. Sorry, DC.
Bye again, Steven.
Steve.
don't ever call it Marvel.
No.
I'll see you.
See ya.
Poof. And he's
And
gone.
then there were 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. My dad threw away all my famous monsters.
Oh my
magazine.
God, Jeff.
When I was
If
about
our parents-
12.
The things that are worth so much today probably wouldn't be worth what they're worth if everybody's parents didn't throw them out. Baseball cards.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's mother or father did that.
Yeah.
And if they didn't, they'd be valueless today because there'd be millions of them.
Everybody would have them still. Yeah, you're
And,
right.
and my dad apologized later on. He's sorry because I grew up loving that kind of music.
Well, my mom was on the verge of tears when I crystallized what she had done and what that meant to me, because that's how you learn. You look at the comics and you try and emulate what you see on the printed page. I'm so sorry.
That's your inspiration right there.
Oh, yeah.
I have lots of bad stories about my mom and comic books. Like when I was a little kid and you're sick and your mom says, I'm going to the drugstore. Can I get you anything?
Yes, get me the latest Batman.
Will you get me some comics, Mommy? And she comes back. My mom came back with this brown paper bag. I open it up. Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane. What the hell?
Yeah.
This one's a Casper, and the third one's a classic illustrated Pinocchio, not the Disney Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Some weird ass, from the 18th century Pinocchio. I was even more sick after that. Never send your mom to get your comics when you're a kid.
Yeah, but you used to get those ones in the bag. They'd just be like 3 in a bag for $1.
Covers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
I never had a comic when I was a kid, but I got sick once, and my mother brought me 2 comic books because she felt bad because I was sick. And I was happy. She brought me a Beetle Bailey. Now, this wouldn't make you happy at all. She brought me Beetle Bailey and the Partridge Family. And I was like so happy.
Yeah. I would have been happy with half of that equation. Beetle Bailey was fine with me, and Sad Sack, his red-haired stepchild cartoon brother. But the whole thing with moms and comic books. I had a good story that just eluded me with comics. Oh, it'll come to me at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where would I be without my Metal Men?
Yeah.
Metal Men was inspired.
When I was a little kid, when I got sick, my dad used to bring me 45s.
Oh, okay. That would have been great.
I'd have a sack full of 45. All this stuff I did, like Beatles and The Who and Rolling Stones and Kinks and,
Well, Doc was talking about those packets of comic books where the covers would be off of them, but you'd get like 5 of them for $1. That's a good Batman there, Doc.
That's a good one. Looks like the serial Batman in the 40s.
That's more
or
like
even the 60s.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because those are the ones I was buying.
Yeah.
Because of the TV show.
Oh, I remember the comic book story.
Oh, yeah.
We used to have a newsstand that was a block away from my school where everybody would buy their comics and such. And the lady there was just a nasty old woman that was.
Don't you dare read them. You got to buy them.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she says. This is not a library. And she always was wearing flip-flops and her toenails were like Fritos corn chips.
Oh boy.
It's not a library. Buy them or leave. Okay.
Out of here. Jeez.
But yeah, the old comic books, baseball cards, all those Aurora models, and
Oh yeah.
Models was my thing when I was a kid.
Mhm.
I loved building models. I was
Tim,
never
did
great.
you did you do the monsters or the cars and such?
I didn't do monsters. Now, monster kits were always like expensive compared to car kits, so we always did car because I got 50 cents a week allowance.
Okay.
So for me to do a model
to start,
including paint and glue and it would take me like almost 2 months to save up enough money to buy a model, and then I'd wait for them to go on sale. They go on sale once in a while, you know. All models 25% off. Oh, take me to the store, Mom. All model, you know. And
Your window of opportunity.
Build it in a hurry because it's going to be another 2 months before you can build another one. So you know, you take your time, and you know.
Yeah. I did the Aurora monsters, and my brother did cars. That was his thing. He liked those weirdo cars too with the monsters.
Oh, the Ed Rock.
Most of the weirdo cars were snap tights though, and I didn't like snap tights. But most
too easy. Too easy. Yeah.
Yeah. So
you didn't.
I had a couple. I did them.
What fun was that? What were you gonna sniff afterwards?
The glue was half the fun. The glue was 3/4 of the fun.
And the paint stunk as bad as the glue. My mother would come in, me and my brother would build a model, and my mother would come in and open the windows.
You know what was
what almost are you doing in here?
What was almost as bad as that when I was in college, and a lot of the rooms for art students, there was no windows that you could open. We get 25 or 30 art students in there with magic markers work, and that can have a similar effect to you. You just be floating out of class when you know when your session was done. But that model plane or
that's
car
why
glue.
all those people at Termite terrace turned out so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, that had something to do with it.
That must have been the Disney people. They were spread out, but everybody in the Warner Brothers lot. Shut up, Schlesinger.
The model I remember building the most, I bought, it must have been on sale or something because I wasn't interested in this. It must have been cheap. But one day I bring home the car from Superfly.
Wow. Wow.
And my dad sees this, and my dad built models as a kid, and even started me and my brother building models. He still enjoyed it when he's like, this thing needs to be purple. And he's like, hand painting it purple isn't gonna work. And he painted cars in his garage. That was
okay.
Here I go. And so he took my model, the body of my model kit, out to the garage and insisted on spraying it with car paint. And it melted.
Oil paint, probably.
Oh man!
I was like, God dang it!
I hope Dad replaced that model for you.
You better find me.
I don't remember what happened.
Man.
I might have built it anyway because I mean it wasn't completely melted, but parts of it melted. And
well, you had the funkiest Superfly vehicle in town.
You know, pimp car. You know, here I am, like 14, 12, whatever, and I've got a purple pimp car.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, actually. I didn't know they made a Superfly car. Cool.
Yeah, no, it was the Superfly car. It was 100%. It had like the background this that might have even had a couple of prostitutes like standing in the corner.
It was Curtis
Mayfield, dark nighttime city scene on the cover with the car. You know, because they never gave you the picture of the actual model. They drew them so they would look cool. You know, they were always like drawings of
Did the model have Curtis Mayfield at the wheel, kind of looking?
No, it didn't have anybody at the wheel, but it was Superfly, man.
That's pretty cool. I had no idea that was a thing. I had no idea. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Tim, did you have a Fab 1?
What? I don't think he heard you, Doc.
Did you have a model?
I didn't hear you, Doc.
Fab 1?
Fab One?
No, I didn't.
No Fab One.
I never saw stuff like that.
Oh. Oh. We'll get...
Man,
Oh, the Fab One didn't even show up in that.
Oh, okay.
that stuff is a close second to creepiness with Clutch Cargo and the human lips and the human lips superimposed on the characters. Scared the hell out of me when I was a wee one.
Oh, I love those marionette shows. I love them.
Yeah.
We're going over here.
Oh, yeah.
That's why after a while they gave up. We're just gonna have them sit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
None of this walking around. We're just
No, Tim, no.
No!
Tim's disappeared in a black hole.
Come back, Tim.
Oh
Leave
no.
and come back again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh no. Everything on the show is taking.
You know who's pretty entertaining is the why am I drawing a blank? The guy that played Dr. Smith. If you ever hear him in interviews, he's a very entertaining guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, very much, yes.
Mm-hmm.
There he is.
Coming
He's
back.
back.
I'm really getting tired of this.
For 45 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
that
it
long.
went like that.
Yeah. Wait, we have a question. How much for Tiger's Doghouse? Because that's where all the action took place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but Tiger wasn't around after the first season.
I know Tiger got hit by a car.
Yeah.
That was, yeah, that's where the two youngest kids used to crawl in there.
Oh yeah, that I heard rumors about
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
was
think
thinking
it's a lot of, you know,
it was a good private school.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Daryl, did you see one of my later film clip thingies?
It's a madhouse! A madhouse!
That'll be some nightmare fuel for old
Yeah.
me tonight. Daryll will be hosing me down, and I'll be running around my backyard naked. Daryll after me with a hose.
I just like how the gorilla bounces off.
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah.
I took care of him.
Very ungorilla-like.
Speaking
Bobbing along.
of that, Doc, you haven't played mine for me tonight. I'm a little upset that you haven't.
Listen to me, Hatcher. You gotta tell him Silent Breed is people!
Ooh, steady,
Yes.
steady kids.
Oh, that's Joe's.
Oh,
That's Joe's. You got to get Tim's, Doc.
there's.
What's Tim's clip?
Oh, okay. I think I know what he means.
No,
Oh,
no. That's not what I mean. Oh,
terrible.
that's horrible.
I know. You know how much Pepto-Bismol does it take to get rid of that stomach ache? Ew.
Yeah.
Oh my! Bless his heart. Bless his heart.
Yeah.
Thank you. And now for my next selection. No.
No.
Do any of you guys have you ever done karaoke? Is that like a thing?
No.
Yeah.
Not at
I've never done it myself.
No, I'll sing in the car. But...
Yeah, me too.
I couldn't put two notes together with tape. No.
I could do it, But I would only do it if it was just for comedic purposes. I would never get up there and try and, just in that kind of environment, sing it like, I'm serious.
Well,
But I would do it for comedic value.
You take your Cheerios and Rice Krispies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, he ran out of both at the same time. Now what do I do?
Well,
I misread that.
screwed,
go to
my
the
friend.
store.
You're screwed, my
Get your
friend.
milk in a bag too.
You open whatever the third box is.
Yeah.
Now that we've got a full panel here, I know I've run this by Doc. When you guys eat cereal, do you drink that sludge at the bottom? Because that will not ever pass my lips. Doc says I don't waste anything.
I don't waste anything. I drink that.
There's not sludge in mine.
Not sludge in yours?
No.
I fill it with cereal until there is no liquid. I will not drink that gunk.
Mm-hmm.
Not me. What about you?
No, I start eating Raisin Bran, and there's no sludge at all.
Okay.
No, there was some sludge at the end of those ones that looked like cookies or pancakes.
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
There was
some sludge. Okay.
But, like I just kind of like drank it carefully until like, oh, here comes the sludge. I quit.
Here comes the sludge. Watch the sludge.
You have a cutoff point.
There was a cutoff. Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll rest easy knowing that.
But I mean, like regular dry cereal, usually there's no sludge.
No, not really.
Okay. All right.
So I don't know what you're eating.
What you're talking about? What kind of cereals you've been eating, sir?
Yeah.
What the hell do you live anyway?
Something like Frosted Mini Wheats has a lot of sludge when you're done.
Yeah,
but it's now that sludge is pretty good because it's got sugar in it. So it's
but it's still sludge.
It's still sludge, but it's
But after Weetabix, probably the worst cereal. Oh, after Captain Crunch too. Can't say that. Oh, look how you're being attacked.
Kitty, I got two kitties up here.
Yeah. The next worst one is like Sugar Crisp.
Oh yeah, Sugar Crisp
or
cereal.
whatever they want to call it now. Honey Crisp or
Honey Crisp. Now, how about Fruit Loops?
My sister was big with all that those fruity cereals, and it's like, not for me.
But the Sugar Crisp or whatever, it just looked like bugs.
Yeah.
I'm pouring myself a bowl full of roaches. Does that look good? And they didn't even taste good. Mom, don't buy these anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want these wheat things.
My go-to is always Captain Crunch, whether in milk or out of the box. And they've made it differently now, so it doesn't scratch the roof of your mouth as much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But at one time, it'd tear off the first 4 or 5 layers. Easy.
Yeah.
The last time I bought Captain Crunch, I had to go to the doctor.
Yeah. I used to have
Captain Crunch again. Yeah.
We told you, Doc.
Like there should be a warning label right on the front of the
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom used to
tooth displacement and erosion of the upper layers of
epidermis or whatever's in there.
Yeah.
My mother used to eat grape nuts, and we have to turn up the TV.
Oh, grape nuts! Yeah, that's you can't hear anything for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the other? Oh, sorry. Corn Pops, but not the American Corn Pops.
Oh.
American Corn Pops are like popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
Canadian Corn Pops are hard balls.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, you know what Kicks are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very similar to Kicks. It's like balls.
Yeah, jawbreakers.
General Mills hard balls.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
No. This is Kellogg's Corn Pops.
Yeah.
But they're
hard balls.
So like they're dangerous on the inside of your mouth too. Like, oh no, Mom, I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
Why is your bowl of milk pink?
Oh.
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I know you got to be like 1964, who says you just let it get soggy.
Yeah,
So
there's
you
many
pour yourself some
techniques that you
corn
can
pops.
employ.
Go away for a while. Go
Yeah,
read a
it's
book.
boring if it's soggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never liked soggy cereal.
I like to eat Cheerios, but over the years I can no longer eat them because it just tears my system apart. I eat Cheerios. Better keep a stack of magazines in the bathroom because you ain't going anywhere.
I didn't like Cheerios for they weren't sweet at all, and I just didn't like the fact that there's nothing to them. I mean, if you put your milk in first and then poured the Cheerios in, every single Cheerio would just be floating on top of that milk. They're just so light. Most cereals it would sink some. Cheerios, they would just all float 100%. I mean,
not visually interesting.
There's nothing under the milk. Everything is sitting on top of that milk.
Yeah, like a little brown inner tubes.
Exactly.
Then you get some of them wheat ones, and you pour the milk on it. It's like, hello, where you're like Curly looking through for the
the thing that's going to squirt you in the face. Yeah.
Once I got to be an adult, I didn't mind honey oat Cheerios or honey nut Cheerios, but I didn't like regular.
I get the multigrain ones. Those are my favorite. But if you go to the supermarket and you get to the Cheerios section, there's like, 15 different kinds of Cheerios?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, like they're sitting in a boardroom going like, how about banana nut? How about chocolate? How about fruity?
Yeah.
How about Cheerios coming?
Yeah, they have to do something in those weekly meetings. I mean,
they have to be. So, like, what can we do to improve Cheerios? I don't sugar frosted Cheerios.
No, what can we do to sell more Cheerios? It's got nothing to do with improving anything.
Throw something weird into the box. Some weird prize.
Yeah.
What can we do to make the stockholders happy?
Back in the days, like, Mom, buy this one because it's got a little propeller thingy in it. There was all kinds of stuff. The best ones were just before they ended the whole idea of prizes in cereal.
Yeah.
They were like computer games.
Now I think one kind of this Cheerios, it was with cereal they had money in it.
Probably.
It wasn't circulated money.
No, I'm seeing like a little plastic thing, you know. Yeah.
But the
dollar bills and
the best part
at the bottom, which you need all the cereal.
Computer games, they would put them inside the box, but they have a little window so you could see which one you were getting.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was cool.
Cereal used to be much more interesting in the boxes. Used to have you could have records you could cut out of the back, comics you could read as you're crunching away. And they don't have that as much anymore. They used to really be something back in the day.
I don't think they make those smacks anymore.
I don't think so.
Sugar Crisp is still around under some weird name, but
Honey Crisp, Super Honey Crisp.
Yeah, I think
now it's a honey. Sugar. They don't include that on any cereal type.
Sugar frosted flakes. It's just
Cracker Jack. Don't get me started with. They got a lot of nerve calling it Cracker Jack when there's if you're lucky, 2 peanuts in the box. I mean,
the price
is just don't even bother because you insult me by putting a stupid sticker of a parrot or something in there. Don't even bother. You're just irritating me.
Yeah. Or what about
there you go.
There you go.
Listen to me, Hatcher. You gotta tell them Silent Breed is people!
Hey! License plates for bike.
Yeah, the real ones. Plastic ones.
That was that too.
In plastic, yeah.
You guys remember the Porter Wagner show? Country artist.
Yeah.
Dolly Parton on. And they used to do these commercials for Breeze.
With the towels.
The towel goes, look at these pretty candy straps, Porter. She'd pull the towel out of the box.
Yeah.
You go, and you can only get them in boxes of
Breeze. This much soap in there. Yeah.
Was that? Yeah.
This much soap. Yeah, my grandmother used to buy Breeze.
A big towel, but you only got enough to wash 2 loads of laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's like
Olean
what,
chips.
20 years ago when they
Yeah,
first.
Olean.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll be leaning against the
And
shower curtain.
I got out of the bathroom.
Yeah.
Super golden crisp.
Yeah, Sun
right?
Chips. When Sun Chips first started, they were those, and a
with
lot
the
of people
Olean,
were having
yeah.
a lot of problems with those.
You would have to think they test marketed that quite a bit before they put it out
Oh,
there.
they should have. They
Good
must have.
Lord.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like one or two people. It's like
Everybody in Dayton, Ohio is crapping themselves. People don't know that that's one of the biggest test cities in America. Is Dayton, Ohio. They would get everything tested there.
Yep.
Everything.
I
And
lived in
which was
Cincinnati for a
cool
long
because
time.
the products that didn't work out, Big Lots would get. So the Dayton, Ohio Big Lots were pretty interesting places. There'd be lots of stuff in there that was never sold anywhere
I'll
else
bet.
except Dayton, Ohio Big Lots.
I'll bet. Dayton was a test market city. That and Indianapolis, I understand, was another one. But Dayton was big with test marketing.
Hey, Tim, remember those potato chips we found in the Wawa? I'm forgetting the name of it. I'm sure you'll remember. The potato chips. You said, those.
There's Utz. That's a local brand. That's a local brand here. There's Utz potato chips everywhere where I am.
A week ago, I saw a commercial for Utz chips.
You should have bought some.
They've been around for years. It's not new. They've been around since.
Yeah, but I'd never seen them before until 2 months ago.
Where I am, they're the main competition for Wise. There's Wise and Utz. They're the two big potato chip brands.
Yeah, I like Wise. I can't get them where I'm living now, but they're always you get quite a few nice burnt chips in the bag, and I don't like burnt food. So
I like burnt potatoes.
I like burnt food.
Yeah.
Explains
Don't you have Lay's or Old Dutch or any of those?
They have Lay's here too, but Lay's are a different deal because Lay's are brought in by the company themselves. They have their own thing. They do their own stocking, blah blah blah. Of the other brand, the shelf brands, we've got mainly Wise and Utz.
But I'd seen a commercial for Utz potato chips recently, and I went, holy cow, they're a thing.
They're still
like I said, they're not old. They're not new. They've been around since at least the 50s.
Or there's Joe's chips, or I've seen Uncle Ray's.
Oh yeah, there's some Uncle Ray's down there at
Uncle Ray's
store. Uncle Ray's barbecue chips. They're pretty good. Yeah.
Well, there aren't too many potatoes in that bag.
But they don't put enough chips in the bag. You know?
Well, that's the thing.
Chips and it's half.
The bag looks like that, but when you open them, there's nothing like that much.
Yeah. Oh, they pack them by weight. Well, no, but shouldn't you fill up the damn bag? You know?
Yeah, they're full of air.
Oh, yeah, but they are.
They're full of air. You pop the thing and
hello. What they do, and I'm not defending them, but they sell them by weight, and they have one size bag that they use, and they however many chips go in that bag to get to the weight, that's what goes in there.
Yeah, because I've had those little bags, and there's like 3 chips in the bag. Those bags of Doritos. Where are my chips?
Yeah,
you know,
that's just not right.
No.
Well, Jeff, those are your fun size bags. They're,
fun size.
Snack size.
It's like when I worked at Sam's, we would sell all these boxes filled with like 32 packs of 100-calorie packs or whatever. So basically, you're paying like your $10 or $12 for this box of chips, and basically you're getting what's in a bag of chips. You know.
Yeah.
What's in a $3 or $4 bag of chips? You're paying $12 for it because they're an individually wrapped 100. Calorie
we're
pack.
like paying $4 for a bag of air.
Doc, you're right. Who the hell decided that the teeny weeny Snicker bar was going to be called fun size? I guess you don't like having much fun, do you?
No,
not even a bite.
No.
Yeah. Done.
And it's gone,
Whatever.
What is that? What is that?
It's a little chick.
Oh, whatever.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
whatever. Okay.
Whatever.
I know. For the first few times,
My
I'm
little
like,
gizmo. Yeah. My little
Mm-hmm.
gizmo might need a new battery.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. We have a pertinent question here. If the Beatles were to, well,
That'd be interesting.
that would be interesting. Yeah, they'd prop them up.
They have. There's only 2 left, and they have gotten back together.
Mhm.
So I guess technically the Beatles have gotten back together.
Yeah, but what would you want them to open their concert with? Get Back?
Good. A
For me,
good
that's
concert
easy.
goer.
Hey, Hey, We're the Monkees?
Now, if all 4 of them were still alive, just wonder, could they do the Sgt. Pepper opening song? The 20 years ago today, with all four of them, if they're, if the lightning strikes and John and George come back alive,
They could Wild Honey Pie. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
With 2 of them gone, the obvious answer is Sgt. Pepper with a little help from my friends, which they did.
Yeah, with Ringo
on the Grammy. It was awful.
Yeah,
they did do it.
Thinks that they should open with sex.
But I mean, there's a video on YouTube. But have you seen that video about the Ruddles? And
it pops up on my feed.
Yeah, and they're all gray-headed. They're old, and
Yeah, I've never clicked on it.
Yeah, it's people get old, don't we all?
Utz chips.
Yes. Did they have Wawa T-shirts at that Wawa place?
I don't recall seeing any T-shirts.
Okay, no Wawa shirts. Okay.
Well, I'm not saying that
mind having a Wawa shirt. Yeah.
I never found any or saw it.
We'll have to see if there's any Wawa.
We were too busy over with the chips and the pop.
Yeah, you're giggling and everything.
Fairly big store. Not like Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Buc-ee's.
Didn't go to Buc-ee's. You went to Wawa.
Well, Buc-ee's are more down south.
Okay.
Because up in upper New York, they got the Wawas. Which, I thought, what a stupid name.
Some of those Buc-ee's are like a mall inside. They're huge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Buc-ee's now around here, they have Stuckey's. Got Stuckey's and Buc-ee's.
But Buc-ee's is like a truck stop that's like a...
Yeah.
It's just a giant store.
Yeah, like here they have Stuckey's.
Like toys.
Yeah.
Counter for snacks and get your food or all kinds of merchandise and get a Buc-ee hat or a Buc-ee or Buc-ee shirts. And those things are huge, but there's none around here. I've never.
Yeah, they got Buc-ee's and Stuckey's, I guess.
Well, Stuckey's was pecans.
Yeah. Well, Stuckey's was also it's a place around here, around our area that has food and cheap stuff.
Yeah. But I think Stuckey's and Buc-ee's are 2 different animals.
Probably so.
Yeah. But a Wawa looked like a tiny Buc-ee's. They had a counter for salad. And
yeah.
Oh yeah.
They have a Wawa. Did they have sushi?
They might.
Sushi.
Now you're rolling the dice.
little thing looking at him. Yeah.
It just looked like Buc-ee's on a way smaller scale.
Yeah. Wow.
They had Utz chips. And bananas that looked like they were like 2 weeks old.
Oh, maybe what's his name?
Yeah, what's his face and stuff him in his pants?
Yeah.
Mark Lewison.
Yeah.
But they were black.
He took the good ones. He took the good ones.
I don't want any of these. They wouldn't satisfy Mark Lewison.
They have back to his room and have a big split.
Yeah, there you go. He had some plan.
I
care not to dwell on it.
I
had some plan.
That was one of my remembrances of the Beatle Fest. Was like, hey, I'm in a
sad that
thing with Mark Lewison. What's that in his
with the bananas? And you didn't take a picture of it?
No.
How did he have like a dozen bananas or?
No. And
How are you more conspicuous putting a dozen bananas in your pants and just holding up a cup 6 in each hand and going to your room? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
I don't know what your banana thing is, but
yeah. You're having breakfast. Who knows?
What's his name? The other guy that writes, Bruce Spicer. You know, like Brad was getting one of his books signed by Bruce Spicer, and he wrote and he wrote and he wrote, and like I should have filmed it because it was like a good 30 seconds worth of writing. And it was like, Brad, what did he put? And he opens up the book and was like 2 sentences. I'm going like, well, gee, it took like hours to write that.
he was very, very pensive as he.
Yeah.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
But yes, Tim, the stuff you missed out on. The drunk guy on the last night. The sun. It wasn't that bad of a show.
He wasn't that drunk, Daryl.
Oh no, he was drunk.
You weren't there. Wasn't that drunk?
He's giving Brad, like, what are you doing buying all this Beatles shit? All this kind of stuff. My wife is in here. She's buying bags of Beatles shit and all this kind of stuff. And then he looks at me and he says, "Are you buying any of that Beatles shit?" I says, "No, but like I do YouTube too." "You do? Yeah, what? I eat cereal." "I have respect for you." Get over here and we'll talk about cereal.
Just think how boring life would be if we didn't have these characters living among us. Really, it'd be boring. As much as we complain about them.
I am sure Brad and I talked to this guy for 3 hours.
Wow.
Oh, yeah? He drank and drank and drank.
He just followed you, or are you really that benevolent? Because I'd have told him to hit the road after about
everybody 10. Else took off. We were at the little table, and Robert S. and Joe took off, and everybody just split. It was just Brad and I, and all of a sudden, here's this guy. Like we will talk about the drunk guy for the rest of our lives.
Man.
Yeah. So
you're a better man than I. I told him to shove off. Especially when he's critiquing why I'm there, what I'm buying, why I'm buying it, what the hell's wrong with you? My wife's just as bad as you are.
Yeah, but when the phone rang and hello, dear. Yes, dear. You're right there, dear.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going around.
I need some more money. Okay. Take the card. Yeah.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear.
Yes, I'll be right there, dear.
Right away, honey bunch.
That sounds a little like Mr. Magoo.
Mr. Magoo. Another one of those great cartoon characters that nowadays you just can't have Mr. Magoo. This impaired old man that's probably got dementia and driving his car in the buildings, and no one finds that shit funny anymore. I do, but,
No Magoo.
No Magoo.
Oh,
I have a Mr. Magoo album.
Oh dear. So Magoo sings?
He did a series of beer commercials for I forget what company, and those are little animation gems. Magoo interacting with people around town, talking about beer and such. Then you could understand him driving his car through buildings. And
is that kind of like when the Flintstones were smoking Winstons?
Yeah.
Brought to you by
Winston's.
And the Beverly Hillbillies too.
Yeah, and it's like Fred's just leaning up against this house, and Wilma's pounding some animal skin rug, and Fred's going.
Yeah, Fred Barney's like, boy, these Winstons.
They're good.
He goes, they work hard, don't they, Barney?
Yeah. That's the original Fred Flintstone.
Why don't they relax with a Winston?
A delightful Winston.
And you had Granny and Jed Clampett smoking on Beverly Hillbillies.
I mean,
Van Dyke and Mary Tyler Moore.
In my childhood,
when you have the cartoons using
smoking,
cigarettes, that's
I remember as a kid, just seemed like it was just the thing to do. Everybody was smoking. Your doctor,
Yeah.
would take a few puffs in between patients, and
Yeah.
it was just normal life. I mean,
You go to your Sunday dinner. You're 6 years old, go to your Sunday dinner, and you're set between your Aunt Gladys and your granddad. Eating your dinner, and they got done before you did, and they both lit up, and of course you couldn't move.
Exactly.
yeah, you're
So you
trapped.
had to eat and have,
I don't.
yeah, you know,
No, they wanted you to buy him.
right.
Oh.
So,
Like, hey, like Fred and Wilma are smoking, so why can't we? You know?
hmm
I blamed them for my smoking addiction.
There you go. Start them off early. Like,
yeah,
well, Fred and Barney are sitting there like, like, taste that menthol.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That sweet menthol taste.
too.
Yes.
Mhm.
Ah.
Man,
I hope Joe's still out there. Have something to show him.
okay.
Listen to me, Hatcher. You gotta tell him Silent Breed is people!
There you go.
Now, did you show Joe the other one? The one
Oh,
Yeah, I think Joe will like this one too.
Okay.
It's a madhouse! A madhouse!
Way, yeah.
Tremendous. I'm surprised the gorilla wasn't up for an Academy Award.
Yeah.
For that role of playing. It's so spot on what a gorilla
No,
would
no,
do.
you can't even call them cigarettes anymore.
No, it's kind of like,
They're sticks, candy sticks,
yeah.
candy sticks. Yeah,
I never cared for those because I had
Yeah,
parents that smoked,
great stuff.
so you know.
He
But
likes
you
it.
won't play mine tonight, Doc. I'm so disappointed.
Yeah, where's Tim? I didn't even know Tim had.
You know what
Tim had
one mine is. I do my little move after you're done. You know what one.
Yeah, but didn't we do that one already?
No, you haven't done that one tonight. I've been waiting all night. You haven't done it. No, not that. The exciting.
I don't even like that one.
The exciting one.
Well, there's only one here that's exciting.
Do I have to spell it out? Exciting. Yes! That one.
Does Jeff have
Wow.
one?
The
Hey, Doc, does
exciting
Jeff have
one.
one? You played Tim's. Does Jeff have
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, that one. That's the one I
Joe-
suggested to Doc
Oh,
about the
okay.
madhouse.
And Joe
Yeah.
Mayo's is the was
Thorny
that
Green.
X- Oh,
Thorny
Soylent
Green
Green. Who
people.
has the X Car 5000 or whatever that puppet one is? What is that?
Oh, Fab One.
Yeah,
Fab
Fab
one.
one.
Okay.
I like that though. It was real quick and
It had missiles.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, who would love a car that has missiles? I would want one. Oh, no, Joe, it's not creepy. Oh, no. Especially when it's done at like 3 times the speed.
Yeah.
Bow call Sigs.
Oh yeah.
I will
Oh.
call 6 cancer sticks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Maybe spell check playing some games with
Perhaps.
there.
Mm. And in just case you haven't forgotten, yes, we've lost our Tina Turner. Oh, all right.
Tina,
Mm.
never forget you.
What? I found some old Life magazines in my grandmother's house, full of cigarettes, and the price of cars there. Wow.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those fashion models used to do the cigarette ads.
Look, the brand new Ford Mustang, only $1,600 at your local Ford.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Corvette, $10,000.
smoking was the height of sophistication back
yeah.
in the day. Everybody that
Mhm.
was erudite even
Well,
had
wait,
a little smoking.
Hey, Tim, in 4 days, we'll change the
Change it again.
He'll have 5 new names by then.
Yeah.
Place your bets. What's it gonna be? Oh, gosh. How we doing, guys?
You're pretty good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Mhm.
You're coming up on 2 hours, 40 minutes there,
Yeah.
Doc.
You're pretty
How's
good.
your allotment for the rest of the month? Are you going to be good?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make it.
Okay.
I think I'm
Okay.
gonna make it. Yeah, because what is today? The 25th. I should still have 10 hours left. What?
Yeah,
Oh man, you're in good shape.
you're fine.
I'm in good
Oh,
shape.
Trish says now I call SIGs cancer sticks.
Oh
It
yeah.
was, faux pas of the spell check,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
which gets me every third comment I post.
Mm.
Doesn't want to post what I type. I hit the send and then I look, hey, that ain't what I typed.
That's why it's easier to just come on here and talk.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
If your internet works and everything.
Yeah, that was my big time screw up. I kept on hitting the wrong X, and I was taking myself out of StreamYard instead of taking myself off of YouTube.
Mhm.
Stupid. I'll never learn. Joe, I can never keep up with Joe, so I just call it Joe's Movie Channel.
That's what he should call it. He should just call
Yeah,
it
at
Joe's
this
Movie
point.
Channel, and then everybody would know the name of it. And
Is it Mayo Mania this week or Mayo Movie Mania? What's the thing?
Where is the Hunyadi movie channel? Where's that?
Well,
That never seems to show up. Yeah.
Well, you know.
Why don't floor model TVs make a comeback?
The old
They don't have to. Just put them on your floor. Done.
Yeah.
Simple.
Well, back in the old days, when they had TV sets in the front of department stores, people would drive down there and watch TV and have their dinner.
Oh yeah.
And watch TV, watch wrestling, and watch.
I'm
whatever
old enough.
stuff.
I'm old enough to remember when color TVs first hit the
Oh, yeah.
scene, and
Yeah,
our
me too.
neighbors, the Ambroses, were the first on the street to get color TV. And It
Yeah.
was like a big deal. Hey, we're all going over to the Ambroses to watch Bonanza in color. You know?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. See, my dad sold them. Of course, we got a big color TV.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I remember when we didn't get one till about 70, I think.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember exactly, but me and my brother got the black and white TV in for our bedroom, which was
Yeah.
just, so I didn't watch much color TV because I could watch what my father was watching basically in
Mhm.
color, or I could watch anything I wanted to watch in black and white. So I
Mhm.
watched it. I wanted to watch the black and white.
Yeah. I got a portable TV for my bedroom.
Broadcast, all movies are now on the movie channel.
Okay. Although my grades started suffering because I discovered I used to stay up and watch the Tomorrow Show. And it's kind of late to go to school the next morning. Become wake up,
Yeah.
As I told Joe, July came early this year.
Yeah.
July?
Yeah, he was going to try it till July.
Oh.
Okay.
It lasted about 2 days. I'm like, ooh, July came early. That was my comment on that video. July came early this year.
Tell me, what was Tom's last name? Screwing me up. From the Tomorrow Show. Tom
Snyder.
Snyder.
Yeah, he used to come on after Tonight Show. And he had some good guests on there too. Oh,
He
yeah.
had kids on one night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and they were the best, and Ace kept, oh my God, that was a classic. Because Gene and Paul wanted to beat up Ace.
Well, if looks could kill.
Yeah.
Ace
Ace
would have
was
been dead
split.
sitting in that chair.
Blitzed out of his mind. But he had some really good, he had some interesting stuff because he had like some of the Little Rascals and some of the people from the Superman show.
Yeah, it was a good program, and he'd pull interviews from people that you would think, well, why didn't someone think to interview this person before?
Charles Manson.
Yeah.
He interviewed Anton LaVey. that Satanist guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll tell you who had interesting guests that was people would just think he's big time square was Mike Douglas.
Oh yeah.
John and Yoko hosting for a week,
yeah.
Sly and the Family Stone.
Oh, Howard.
A lot of people made their television. A lot of musical acts made their television debuts on Mike Douglas. I think Billy Joel's television debut was on Mike Douglas.
Yeah, he had Todd Rundgren and Utopia on very early on.
Yeah, I remember that. Bee Gees were on quite often, actually. Not the height, of course, but you would have good people on there.
I remember
and most of the time they would play live. Sometimes they would mind, but like Billy Joel was live. I think the Bee Gees were even live.
Excuse me. I remember my mom coming running into my bedroom telling me, that group you like's going to be on Mike Douglas. So I go in the living room, and the group that she thought was going to be on Mike Douglas she thought it was going to be Grand Funk Railroad. It was Graham Central Station, Larry Graham, the bass player here, his funk band. Thanks anyway, Mom.
Well, Joe, why are you watching Superman? He's got all these movies, this big 4K TV, and he's watching.
Yeah. Superman.
Like what?
Can you see the wires?
Oh yeah, on a 4K TV.
Yeah.
No, actually, he was laying on something.
Yeah, they didn't have wires. He was laying on a thing.
Oh, he was doing that. Okay. Okay, that was before wires. Okay.
Yeah, I think they used wires at the very beginning, and I think one snapped.
Yeah, where I lived, it was Mike Douglas and then Dinah Shore. And Dinah Shore had interesting people on too, but they almost always mimed on the Dinah Shore show. Mike Douglas, they would be live quite often. Not always, but quite often they would actually play live.
Yeah, who could forget on the Mike Douglas show, the Archies? I guess you forgot. You forgot, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I remember Eric Carmen on Mike Douglas, actually.
Oh, yeah. I think so.
After the Raspberries promoting his first solo album, I remember.
Did he play All By Myself? Or I think he played All By Myself.
Yeah, I think he's probably sang All By Myself. I don't know if that was live. That probably wasn't live. But I remember him being on there talking about the classical music, talking about how he stole the middle part of that song from whatever classical music.
Playing on the piano.
Yeah, I think
Carmen is a thief.
I think John and Yoko's appearance on Mike Douglas that week, Mike didn't quite get everything that they were doing, these little artsy projects, because Yoko brought in a big poster board and she says, and we have the marker and we'd like to pass it to the audience to just write something nice on there or draw something. And Mike's going, yes, do we have anybody in the audience that's a good artist? That's not the idea, Mike. It's just for everybody to just do a little, nice little saying or a heart or draw a kitty cat or something on there.
Yeah, I understand.
And I remember they had a telephone one day and they were just calling random people out of the phone book, and Yoko would just say, this is Yoko Ono, just calling to say that I love you. And these old ladies, who? Yakamana.
No.
Oh, man.
And
that was
they hated showing the audiences for those shows. That show, Dinah Shore, Murph Griffin, because people, you couldn't tell, but they were in these tiny little places. You'd be lucky if there was 100 people in the audience of those shows. They were in really small places.
Yep.
There were more people in the audience of Tattletales.
Yeah, I mean, because Mike never moved. Mike was in, wasn't he in Philadelphia?
Yeah, that was out of
Philadelphia. And he never left. I think he did the entire run of that show in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Where was Donahue?
Dayton, wasn't he? Tim, wasn't Donahue out of Dayton for the longest time?
He might have been. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if he was. I don't remember
I thought he
anything
was. I
maybe
don't know.
happening with
Positive.
Satan. Except
Not positive.
He might still be alive.
He is. He is.
He is.
He's not
still
looking
alive.
very good, but he's still alive. He's in his 80s. I saw a picture of him and Marlo. He's still around, but he's just not looking very hot.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
If you have to wonder, like, are they still alive?
Yeah.
Nobody, hardly anybody is. But I watched a video the other day from this month. This is current, of Tom Jones singing on tour, and he can still sing. How at 80 whatever years old he is, 83 I think he is. How can he?
Yeah.
He doesn't look the same anymore.
No.
I mean, he's turned into an old man, but he can still sing. It's
he's just one of those freaks in nature. Just I saw some footage of Engelbert Humperdinck. Don't ask me how I came upon it, but of a recent tour, and he's in his 80s as well and sang great. Looked a little bit plastic head, but sang fantastic. So Andy Williams show. I remember the Andy Williams specials. I don't remember him having a variety show.
I remember his show with the young Osmond brothers.
That was always those specials.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know he had a daily show though.
Donnie was real small.
Well, he had a weekly show, I think. He never had a daily show. He had a
There you go.
Attention, the bullshit meter has detected major BS. Confirmed. That's definitely some bullshit.
What is that? A xylophone he's playing?
I don't like it.
What is that?
Mr. Mayo is requesting another play of Vincent Price.
Yeah. Oh, I already did. I did both of them at once. Yeah.
I haven't played that one lately. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played that one for a while. Oh, where are we up to here? Another 9 minutes or so, kids.
Almost 3 hours. Almost 3 hours.
I know.
Sounds good.
It's late, in the Eastern.
It is.
You want to talk about the old variety shows? Probably the best one, seriously, was the Dean Martin show. Because he refused to rehearse. He would just come in on the day and do the show.
He would just
he didn't read the script beforehand. He didn't know what songs. He would just come in and he's like, "I'll do the show as long as I can just do the show." And that's
my way. I wanted to do it the way I wanted to do it, and that was just fine.
Amazing because he didn't know what was going on most of the time.
It added to the show in a way that nobody else has done it.
Yeah,
did it before. I remember seeing a clip of the Dean Martin show, and he was on a motorcycle, one of those prop ones. It wasn't like a big up thing. And behind him was Florence Henderson riding, and they were singing a song together. And she was like really flirty with him, like biting his ear. And you could tell this was not rehearsed or anything.
Yeah.
He was like giving all the goo-goo things, and a cigarette was flying out of his mouth and everything. It was really cute. It's up there on YouTube somewhere.
That's the thing. That was the thing. Because he refused to rehearse, a lot of people did stuff to him.
Yeah, they
because
said, okay,
they could.
We'll do it. We'll do it your way.
Well, they would just
yeah.
Like,
Our household was.
He would come down a fire pole. That's how he opened the show, right?
Oh yeah.
He would come down this fire pole and then go into his monologue and blah blah blah. So one day they changed the set completely about where he came down, and he comes down and he's looking around and he's like, "What the hell?" I had no idea.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that show as a kid, and of course, you got the Gold Diggers.
Yeah, the Dingerling Sisters.
Oh yeah,
Gold Diggers.
Yep.
Oh, those have got to be like.
And by the way, Here's a recommendation. If you like ski lodge kind of music, if you like that kind of stuff, and you like Christmas music, and you ever see the Gold Diggers Christmas album, pick it up. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
It's really good.
Noted. I will look that up.
I'll make
It's
a
one
note
of my
of it.
favorite Christmas albums. It's the Gold Diggers Christmas album.
Okay. I know at least I'd like to look at the cover. If they're featured.
Oh, yeah, the cover's great.
We don't confuse it with the Rockette stuff.
And I would go as far as to say they do the definitive version of "We Need a Little Christmas."
Okay.
Their version is the best.
You've heard it here tonight, folks.
Yes. Yes. And if you missed it earlier, yes, I draw Batman.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Doc, that's actually a pretty good Batman. It looks like an alternative cartoony version of the classic 60s. Or
go back to my channel and see where I tried to do a Kiss comic strip.
Okay.
Just put it like when you're in the Docus thing, type in Kiss comic strip and have fun.
Doc, you're a Renaissance man. You do a little bit of everything.
That was back when I thought I was going to be a cartoonist, but everything just.
Well, you could have done it, Doc. Don't get hung up on the drawing part of it, because especially with comic strips, it's the writing. I mean, in fact, the funky drawing sometimes makes the writing funnier. Because if you think of a comic panel like The Far Side, if you had that drawn in a Disney style, it wouldn't really be funny at all. It's the
nobody draws in the Disney style.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The style of the drawing adds to the humor, like I say a lot of times.
Thank you, Trish. Thank you. Yeah.
Raffle that Batman off, Doc. Let's have a telethon.
Yeah.
Ooh, oh wow.
Doc is telethon.
Yeah. What am I bid for my little sketchy of Batman there?
You get Richard singing lessons. That's what we're trying to raise money.
Yeah. Oh.
Dean Martin and George Gobel.
Oh yeah. Foster Brooks.
Yeah, Foster Brooks. Another guy that the poor guy, once being drunk wasn't funny anymore. What the hell does Foster Brooks do? I saw him doing ads for erectile dysfunction. That's the last thing I saw Foster Brooks do. Because he couldn't do that shtick anymore, because everyone just decided, no, being drunk is not funny. What the hell's Foster Brooks do? Got to make a living.
Yeah.
So.
And there's nothing like Don Rickles. Don Rickles is funny wherever. My mom and dad saw Rickles in Vegas one year. My dad, my dad said he thought he was going to have a heart attack. He was laughing so hard. Some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Another
guy that would have a tough go in 2023.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is like 1981.
Sad.
He was
It's killing comedy. All this hypersensitivity.
Oh yeah, what did you say? Yeah. I'm offended.
That's very hurtful.
You're hurt.
Very hurtful.
Now call the station. Get it off.
Yeah. We're turning the damn thing off and hush.
Yeah, there's plenty of other options.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't like watching it, turn over to Davy and Goliath.
Yeah, what's Davy and Goliath? Or
there's always something better.
Man.
So hey, it's after 11 o'clock.
It's you going that way? It looks like 258. One more.
Like, oh, kids, get it.
Now one more coming up on 259.
Yeah.
You're going to do right at 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Wind her down.
Like a minute and a half. So like a minute and a half. Yeah.
One more time before we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
I hope Jeremy had a good birthday.
Yep.
Wherever he is. Oh, okay.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
Okay.
I had nothing.
I drew.
That's a good
Beans tribute. That's all I got here.
Yeah.
Oh, there.
There it is.
There you go.
I have to pick up my little thing to find out where he is. There's Mr. Beans. There we go, Beans. Right there.
Beans.
Yes. I can put back my receipt for my
Your battery.
Battery,
car
yes.
battery or
Yeah,
whatever.
put it in the junk drawer.
Yeah. Okay. In case the battery went.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'd like to say thank you to all the people, the Jeff and the Tims and the Darylls and all the fun people who have typed in today.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, you can come back on Sunday. There's more of this.
We'll be here Sunday afternoon.
So
Rain or shine.
or tornado. So,
Yeah. If the tornado doesn't
yeah.
suck me up,
So
you never know.
I don't want a phone call from Oz, Jeff.
No.
I don't have a ladder that tall.
You're like that little fly. Help me, help me.
I don't think I'm in Oklahoma City anymore.
Yeah.
Francois, help me.
Bye.
Thank